Tonight's episode of the Tuesday Night Cigar Club is brought to you by Drew Estate. Come experience the rebirth of cigars at www.drewestate.com and download the free Drew Diplomat smartphone app today to discover nearby retailers, RSVP to special events, redeem points to win exclusive Drew Estate merchandise, and much, much more.
This might be a big mistake, but I'm having too much fun to wait. Flag her down when she comes back by. That one's yours and this one's mine. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round.
Here's the suckers.
Good evening, brothers and sisters of the Leaf. Coming to you live from the top of Party Mountain, it's the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. Tonight, the gang teaches those ski school posers what partying is really about, as they have a blast talking their way through 1990s cult classic Ski School, while chugging pint after seasonal pint of the Snowdrift Vanilla Porter from Leinenkugel Brewing Company, paired with the Villiger Flor de Ynclan Lancero Especial cigar. Here's a stern warning to all of you out there. If you talk the talk and claim to be big-time party animals, but you can't walk the walk, the TNC crew will track you phonies down and show you how it's really done. If they can find you, that is. Seeing as how much they party, there's a really good chance they'll either get lost or just get shit-faced and forget about it. But nevertheless, you have all been warned. So slip on your ski boots, light 'em up, and enjoy the show.
To be young again. Speaking of which, I've been working out like crazy lately, and my whole body hurts like hell. I never felt worse. Yeah, 'cause you work out more than anybody I've ever known, and you're always hobbling around. You know when I could walk normal? When I wasn't exercising. You know when I wasn't hurting to get out of bed in the morning? When I wasn't exercising. Yeah. I've also been reading about the health benefits of red wine a lot. So I've been drinking an absolute shit out of that lately, and it doesn't make me feel any healthier the next morning. Can't win. Speaking of booze, did you hear about the new bourbon? You might like this, Tut. Did you hear about that bourbon that's aged at sea?
No, I haven't.
It's Jefferson's. You heard Jefferson's bourbon? It's called Jefferson's Ocean. It's the name of the bourbon. It's unique in that the barrels are loaded up on a ship, and each barrel crosses the equator 4 times, visits 5 continents, and over 30 ports on an average sail. So I've been drinking the piss out of that because I don't leave the house. I don't go anywhere. So I was thinking, if I drank enough of this stuff, maybe I could live vicariously through my bourbon. Maybe I'd start having like visions and lucid memories of like the adventures the bourbon went on, the places it saw.
You feel like an old salt now?
No, it didn't work at all. I was just drunk and like normal. Nothing's working out for me, guys. I can't win. You know what? Fuck it. That's how you party, boys. That's how you chug a beer.
That is how you chug a beer.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Still got it.
After all that exercise.
If you'll remember, episode 24, Ski School, I started that bitch off chugging a beer.
You did.
And we had a good time that
You
night.
did. We did.
And this movie is no hot dog, so I might need to chug another one at some point.
It's hot dog light.
And nobody likes light hot dogs.
It's turkey dog.
It's a turkey dog.
Turkey dog.
This is a tofu dog if I've ever tasted one, which I have not. You want me to chug another beer?
Oh, I mean, if you must.
Yeah, I'll wait a while.
Oh, all right. I thought
Welcome,
you were going to be
every-
cool or something.
I thought you guys were gonna be like really impressed. Like, man, he hadn't done that in a while. Cade, something, nothing. I didn't think he was paying attention.
It's not like we haven't seen it every week.
Not on camera.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's different when you guys are over at the house and I'm in the corner of my backyard hiding from the motion sensor lights. What are you doing over there? Nothing. I'm just looking for the.
Too true.
Welcome everybody to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club, episode 83.
Whoop whoop. 83.
If you're looking for three drunk guys sitting around talking about horror movies, you are in the wrong place. Halloween is over.
That was last month.
Halloween is over. We're done with Fright Flicks for a while. You're welcome, Tut.
I kind of missed it.
Use.
For the record, you were there. I asked Tut at the pub the other night to pick tonight's movie, and he, whatever, I'm fine. So if he bitches 1 ounce about anything,
Gave free reign.
and all you said was a comedy with titties, and I did the best I could.
But I say that every time.
That's true. Do you want to chug a beer?
Might.
All right. I'll call you on that later. Man. Well, we're here doing what we do every week, folks. We're going to talk about a movie. We're going to smoke some cigars. We're going to drink some beers. Before we get to that, we had our first Facebook Live episode last time.
Yeah,
It was an
yeah,
interesting
yeah.
experiment.
I like
Thank you all who chimed in, or, I guess it did what we wanted to do. It's gotten the reach, which doesn't make sense to you listeners, but we can see how many people it actually reached on Facebook, which that number was encouraging. About 500 views, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we can't pay for advertising and we can't
For no
promote our
lead-in?
show
Pretty damn good.
because we have the word cigar in our name. So, you know what? We might do it again sometime. Tut seemed to enjoy it.
It is. I liked it.
Awesome. You have an awesome name, and they won't let you tell people about it.
But one of the downsides, I guess, of doing a Facebook Live is we got some feedback that we made some errors in the last show. So I'm going to take a rare moment. We've never done this before. Let's do some show corrections, some things we got wrong.
Errors.
Apparently, we delivered some fake news.
We, as if we weren't.
It was you.
It was me.
It was you.
It was always me.
It was you.
I knew it was me.
Just two things were pointed out that we screwed up on.
All right. Well,
Last episode, our first broadcast on Facebook Live, we reviewed the Evil Catfish IPA from Barrow Brewing Company.
okay.
And we mentioned their farm-to-market fall seasonal beer, and we said it was made with fresh pomegranates. That is incorrect. It's made from fresh persimmons.
Persimmons.
Uh-oh.
Honest mistake. We don't deliver fake news, though. We deliver drunk news often.
From time to time, it can be slightly inaccurate.
And that was one of those times.
Look at my Billy laugh going right there.
Maybe they should make a pomegranate beer.
the
Would they
Tuesday
make a
night.
pomegranate beer?
The Tuesday night.
Would they name it after us? I mean, drop the cigar so you could advertise it, but
Yeah.
apparently
Slightly
you can advertise
inaccurate
beer.
pomegranate beer?
The slightly inaccurate pomegranate IPA. It's an IPA, right? Yeah. Maybe.
Doesn't really taste like an IPA.
Who knows what it is? It's actually persimmons. What? I don't even know what a persimmon is. It's strawberries. It's a strawberry beer.
It's an SIPA, slightly inaccurate pale ale.
So that was the first thing we screwed up on. The second, I say we 70%.
That's called the SIPA.
It works,
the
see?
SIPA,
The SIPA. Slightly
Slightly
inaccurate
inaccurate.
pale ale.
pomegranate,
The TNCC
Pale ale.
SIPA.
The
slightly inaccurate
SIPA.
pomegranate pale ale.
We can do this.
I drink it. Then again, I just chugged a beer. I don't even know what it was.
It's in a glass. Been sitting here for 3 days.
Who cares? As Tut likes to say these days, just party.
Just party.
Just
Just party.
Our other thing, which wasn't completely inaccurate, but while bitching about the new Halloween movie, I just blatantly, I didn't really say it as fact. I just accused the opening credits where they show the pumpkin start all decomposed and then it time lapses into the original pumpkin or something close to it from the original movie. I said it looked CGI as hell, computer generated, so it threw me out of it.
You did.
Well, I've come to learn, apparently, if you believe what they did, show footage of it on a little green screen. Apparently, they actually did film a pumpkin.
But did they use
time
the
lapse?
pumpkin?
Yes, apparently that the pumpkin is real. The flame flickering, all that inside was done digitally. But I actually watched they had that sequence to watch again. And I stand by.
Okay, so you've got a real pumpkin with fake elements to make it look fake.
It's
Or
still
make it look real, but not.
Wait, so it's fake elements to make the real pumpkin look real?
No, they actually had real light inside of it. Like cheap lighting, just to come up in the middle. But then they in post they made the flame and the light up through the eyes. They digitally enhanced all that.
See, that right there is a hard thing to get across.
Okay.
I mean, flickering flame.
But I wasn't even concerned about that. The pumpkin looked fake to me. It looked fake. So apparently it wasn't. And that was brought to my attention. It's actually real pumpkin. But I'm going to stand by that. You know what? It still looked fake. So.
Real effects. You add CGI.
So I'll take.
If they just left a bulb in there, and
I'll take the hit for the persimmons. I'm gonna stand by my my slamming on that opening title sequence. There's bigger problems in the world, isn't there?
Yes, but that pumpkin was still number one on the list that day.
Fired up about that pumpkin.
The pumpkin patch was angry, my friends.
Oh, big time. Well, we do have 2 cigars to get to tonight. We got a bottle of Scotch. We got 2 different beers. Oh my God, how are we gonna make it through this in one piece?
Same way we do every
week. We're going to
week.
make it through it?
That was a trick question. So let me introduce the first cigar.
First cigar. Go right ahead.
And then I'm going to turn it over to you, Yak Boy, to talk about some stuff. The La Flor de Ynclan Lancero Especial by Villiger Cigars. It's pronounced Ynclan.
Okay.
Okay?
Ynclan.
Sure. Ynclan.
Does that have a meaning?
I believe it's a flower in Spain. I believe. It's a 6 3/4 by 43 Lancero, obviously. Ecuadorian wrapper, Indonesian binder with Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers. I'll talk price point later. Our friends over at Famous Smoke Shop had this to say about tonight's cigar. La Flor de Ynclan cigars are a very special Villiger cigar, meticulously crafted by Heinrich Villiger himself and Cuban expatriate master blender Jose Mateus Marigoto in the Dominican Republic. Originally an obsolete Cuban cigar brand back in the early 1990s, back in the early 1900s, I believe. Villiger released a small batch of Flor de Ynclan over a decade ago, back in 2007. But unsatisfied with the result, they pulled it. Production was halted, and they pulled it away. So this rebooted version is blended with a more balanced recipe of Dominican and Nicaraguan tobaccos, Indonesian binder, and a Colorado-hued Ecuadorian wrapper, which now lives up to the cigar's original promise that they were looking for. Heinrich Villiger says this: the La Flor de Ynclan cigar has been an ongoing labor of love for us. There's a difference between a good cigar and a great cigar, and Mateus and I hope you feel the same. I'm going to, for clarity's sake, if anybody visits our website frequently, I actually did a written review of this cigar a while back, and I'm just going to, not to influence anything, you guys don't give a shit what I think about it, but I said it was one of the best Lanceros I can remember smoking. I'm not a big Lancero guy, but I absolutely loved it, and enough so to where I wanted to get it on the show. I thought it was worth getting in front of you guys, which I very rarely do a written review and then double dip the content. Let's get it on the show. But just really impressed me. So here we are. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay. I like the cold draw already. It's got some Nestle Quick Cocoa with a touch of pepper.
Like the mix you put in your milk?
It's a little dark chocolate with a with a little touch of pepper
Little
on
cocoa
it. Man.
mix and a little pepper. Okay.
I normally don't get that flavor on a cold draw.
It had a really, you can still see it on Cody's over there. A really cute little, well crafted, tight pigtail cap. It is a very pretty wrapper. I'm a sucker for, and I said this in my review too, but I'm a sucker for blue bands artwork on the. No, they just don't seem like cigars use blue enough. I just think that blue visually pops.
One of my favorites when very many moons ago, smoking with Dunhill, because they had that blue band on there.
I just the CYB, the Cuenca Blanco, years ago, I love that smoke, had a real light kind of turquoise baby blue band that just visually it just separated. There's not a lot of blue bands out there. The Wonderlust, Wonderlust has it from Romacraft. But I like the band on this. It pops with the silver, but it's got the blue.
But you're a sucker for turquoise.
I am a sucker for turquoise. I was gonna wear my new turquoise ring tonight, but then I said fuck it, and I didn't do it.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of my attitude today. I'm sorry. Okay.
Glad we cleared that up.
Couple more scotches and beers. I'll be fine. Tell us about the beer we're drinking tonight, Yak Boy.
The beer we're drinking, made by the wonderful people at Leinenkugels, the Leinenkugel Snowdrift Vanilla Porter.
Okay. Snowdrift, because we're doing the movie Ski School tonight.
Yes. It all right there. It all ties together.
We've done a Leinenkugel before, correct? The Summer Shandy?
The Summer Shandy.
We weren't fans.
No, that is kind of their flagship, but it's not a bad beer. It's just it's a light summer beer,
and a lot of lemon.
Yes.
I'm gonna get shit on for that, dude. There's no lemon in it.
It's persimmon.
It's apples. Oh, damn it.
It clearly shows a lemon.
I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Damn you, Facebook Live. You've ruined me. Go on. I'm sorry.
This is a porter, vanilla porter in this instance. The vanilla it's added helps to, as they by their own thing, to reveal rich layers of caramel, coffee, and chocolate that is ideal for the season, the winter season. That is.
I am getting vanilla and chocolate. Maybe a little coffee, no caramel.
A little bit of coffee. Yeah, I'm
the coffee's very mute, but the chocolate is prominent, and the vanilla, but it's not an overpowering vanilla. It almost has kind of a vanilla extract, kind of.
Yeah,
like a raw kind of vanilla. Okay.
I mean, it's a 6% ABV and only 16 IBUs, so no bitterness, no hoppiness.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely none of that.
You like it, Ted?
It's okay.
0 for 10 for less.
No, it's not a bad beer. It's kind of like a step down for where I like these types of porters. Like I like the porters that just kind of are almost viscous, that just kind of leaves a heavy aftertaste on your.
It's kind of not crisp, but it's very light.
It's very light.
There's no mouthfeel. As soon as you swallow, it's gone.
Right, exactly. Right. The flavors are kind of there, but I'd like them to be a little bit more enhanced. I'd like that coffee to stand up just a little bit. It'd be nice for some caramel, but I don't think I ever tasted caramel in a beer, so I'm not too worried about that.
For God's sakes, we tasted persimmons.
But that said, I mean, it's not a bad beer. It's not a bad beer. I'd drink this again.
We went back and forth on this beer because I did not want to get anything that's going to conflict with the cigar, and I think we're safe. It's a very mild-mannered vanilla porter.
Yeah.
I think we're okay there.
Just, and also, I mean, for Leinenkugel, I mean, one of my favorite beers, which we've never done on the show, the Sunset Wheat, which we always call the Fruity Pebbles beer.
We've always joked about wanting a Fruity Pebbles beer. It actually tastes like Fruity Pebbles?
It has that kind of like that the back taste on it. It's just.
You have that at the pub or sometimes?
We have had it, yeah.
Yeah, I might want to try that again.
Yeah.
Maybe work that in.
I have to go back and watch the show and write that down. I've got a pen, but I'm not doing it now.
It's Leinenkugel. They've been around forever. I mean, it is...
Wisconsin, correct?
Yes. The company itself started 1867 by Jacob Leinenkugel, and it is the 7th oldest brewery in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
So they have had.
They're still independent?
They are not.
Oh.
They got bought by Miller, but they didn't really change anything about the company, other than through Miller they were able to increase their distribution across all 50 states.
Okay.
And
It is a very prominent brand. I see it
Yeah.
at the grocery stores. And okay. Real quick, before we move on, there's also a bottle of Scotch here on the table.
That is correct.
Our second cigar is actually going to be a Scotch-infused cigar, which we've never done anything like that on the show before. So I was... Bring some Scotch was basically what I told Cody, and then shows up with this beautiful bottle of Scotch that turns out he bought himself for his birthday, and
Now we're all just slamming
the crap out of it, and I feel bad. But
Scotch is meant to be shared.
Happy birthday, Cody.
Well, thank you.
what did you say? Scotch isn't the same if you're not sharing it.
Tastes
It tastes
better.
better with friends.
Tastes better with friends.
Tell us about Scotch.
The Balvenie Portwood 21 year.
Oh.
I don't waste time on the ABV. It's 43%. It's Scotch. It's going to be high regardless. But this is the flagship single malt from their Portwood series of whiskeys. The bottling was finished in 30-year-old port pipes, and it is, as their own tagline, a veritable masterclass in poise and balance.
Poison balance?
Poison? You figured out my nefarious plan.
why? Poise and balance.
Poise and balance.
Two things if we do our jobs correctly, will not have 2 hours from now.
Of course not. But it is fantastic.
It is.
Oh boy, that's different with the cigar.
The Balvenie distillery, it's a Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey distillery in Dufftown, Scotland. Gotta love that name, Duff.
Dufftown.
Duffman likes Dufftown. It is delicious. You got a little bit of peach in there. A lot of. I thought you said was it smokiness?
Yeah, I got your little smokiness coming in there.
What do you think of the cigar?
It's a little bit tight, but I'm trying to figure. It's delicious on the retrohale, but I'm not being able to isolate what that flavor is. It's kind of like a leather, but it's not.
I'm getting a really nice spice, and I personally didn't go back and read my review. I wanted to come in this. So it's gonna be hilarious if like everything I say tonight is total opposite of. But no, I'm getting nice spice and cedar on the retrohale. I'm getting leather and a little bit of cocoa on the draw. It's a little bit stronger on the nose than I remembered the one I had before. It's got a nice little.
Yeah,
It's got a nice little spice on the nose. Nothing crazy, but it's
catching that.
It's present.
I think I am catching that cedar. I think that's closer to what I was thinking on the retro.
Yeah. Usually cedar's something I pick up on the palate, but I'm actually getting a little bit of cedar on the retro here. Yeah, boy, I will wait a few minutes to get back to you. I will say, while you're lighting up and getting some impressions, we are, as always, listening to Fritz Beer tonight. FritzBeerMusic.com. We're listening to Live at Elijah P's, his double live CD. I'm wearing, boys, my Bishop's Concert t-shirt.
Bishop's Concert t-shirt, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah?
It's good. I almost wore that tonight.
Yeah, we got the whole crew Bishop's t-shirts.
Very cool.
Gotta
Very cool.
Support your friends in their creative endeavors. Got to. No, I'm telling people, support us. Why is no one supporting our creative endeavors? No, of course they are in their own special way. But yeah, thanks Fritz. Rocking out to him all night long. What do you think of cigar? Just lighting up. First impressions. You're on the hot seat.
I'm in the hot seat. Oh God. No, I would say that just that initial through the cold draw thing. I mean, it was very strong, like a hay cedar mix that I could just smell right off the bat. Lighten up that initial. I mean, like I said, the spice, little for me, a little peppery, but not like a kick or anything.
No, it's not overwhelming at all. I think the spice and the cedar work really well. There's that just faint cocoa note on the draw, and I'm starting. It took a little while, but I'm starting. I remember now from that first cigar, I do get whenever the doctor's here, he's the tea drinker. He knows all the different. I do get like a tea, like a green tea or a
chamomile
oolong.
I don't know the different tea.
Jasmine.
I know green tea. I don't know chamomile, jasmine,
Earl Grey.
I don't know that stuff. I just know there's a tea combined. I find that a lot with stuff with Indonesian tobaccos, and I think the binder on this is Indonesian, so that could be that into play.
I fooled them into believing it was tobacco leaves when it was simply tea leaves.
Well, I will say this. My big problem with Lancero sometimes is the lack of diversity in flavors. I just kind of find them one note a lot. And the one thing I do like about the cigar, I mean, hell, we're not even an inch into this thing, and we've mentioned leather, cedar, cream, spice, tea. You got other flavors on the cold draw. So, I mean, that's encouraging. But I'm going to let you guys smoke for a while. We'll see what happens. Tut, you look kind of out of it tonight. You were up late watching the elections, huh?
Yeah, it was. It's been a long week.
Posted a picture on Facebook of him at a bar watching them. I was like, get some sleep. You got a drinking podcast to do tomorrow.
Can be drinking the night before. It's going to mess up your performance.
Nah. I'm professional, damn it.
I mean, we all drink the night before, but you guys give a shit. What the hell? Everything turned out the way you wanted it to?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No.
It's a good thing we don't talk about politics here on the show.
Which is all right. It turned out how I knew it would.
Yeah.
Except for a couple of things. There were a couple of races that I was very surprised at just how close it was.
A lot of surprises. And you know what? Our big old state of Texas surprised me. The results were what was to be expected. The turnout and the numbers actually did surprise me a little bit.
Yeah. What I wasn't surprised about was the reaction of the winning party fans on my Facebook feed.
Mm.
Man, y'all just some foul people, man. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I mean, y'all just some rank ass motherfuckers. I'm out. I'm out of it. I'm just like, fuck this, man. I'm gonna let Rome burn, and while I'm gonna drink this scotch.
I'm all for that.
Rome won't burn. It just simmers. It's slowly but surely just turning into charcoal.
Just sit back, drink some scotch, and watch the whole shit box go up in flames. All right.
All right.
World's gonna go to hell.
Right.
The world's gonna go to hell in a handbasket.
Right.
You don't want to be in the basket. You want to be holding the handle.
I'm in the basket holding on to the handle.
I will say I was a little surprised, and again, not to dwell on politics. We haven't even named any names. I was a little surprised, but I'm going to give it. At first, I looked at it from an analytical kind of standpoint, and then I decided just to look at it from like, well, dude, what is your honest gut reaction to it? Go with that. Beto.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the UT Longhorn.
Beto. I heard Beto. It's Beto, right?
It's Beto.
Philo Beto?
His concession.
Philo Beto.
His concession
Left
speech.
turn, Tut.
His concession speech. He last night dropped a giant F-bomb.
Yeah, I'm so.
Well, he was angry.
Proud. No, it was in love.
It was. I'm so fucking proud of all you for all you've did and all this. And my first thing was like, dude, you're like on the climb up to something much bigger than this eventually if you keep doing what you're doing. That F-bomb. But then I'm like, you know what? Well, how do you really feel about it? As a guy who uses F-bombs, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 times a day. I was like, you know what? I like it. I like it.
I don't.
You don't like it.
I don't mind it. I'm not going to hold it against him, but I do hold it a little bit against him. I'm like,
you think it was calculated? It had to be.
Yes.
Had to be.
I don't know, and I don't care.
He's a politician. Of course, it's calculated.
I want my politicians to have a little bit of class. I'm not expecting them to be the old inspirational leader because they're human, and the fact that they are a politician means they're one of the lowest forms of humanity that's out there. But I do expect a little bit of decorum there. Now, I don't mind if Beto's going off into the sunset to ride out his career as a U.S. representative. That's fine. I'm cool with that, and Godspeed, man. But if you're going to be presidential, Act fucking
Well, that was
presidential.
my first thought. Like, if you have that,
I just can't believe I'm getting on him for saying fucking when I'm like, act fucking presidential. I'm sorry.
So you're not going to be voting Matt Cade for school board anytime soon?
Yeah, I probably will. I'm nothing if not hypocritical.
Obviously, you're on the Tuesday Night Cigar Club bitching about some guy using the F word. There's no bigger hypocrisy. You're all I fucking know. All right, well, you know what? If we can't pull you out of your political hangover, nothing can. Yak boy, we're gonna do it. We're gonna turn that frown upside down.
Fuck it.
Just party.
Just party, man.
So people at home, light
We're
up.
already on the way there.
Light up. Pour yourself a 21-year-old Scotch. If you don't have one, losers.
12-year-old.
A 12-year-old
Scotch.
or a 1-year-old Scotch. A Scotch you made in your bathtub. Whatever you
If
got.
you got bathtub Scotch, that's fine as well.
Maybe you're in a rough place in life where you don't have a bathtub. Maybe you're filthy. You haven't showered in
Wash
God
tub?
knows how long.
A pail.
We still
Tea kettle.
Tea kettle.
we still love you. And drink whatever you got, smoke whatever you got, and let's take you through the amazing 1990 snowbound adventure that is Ski School.
Ski school.
Cinematic proof that you don't need to have anything resembling a school or education in any way, shape, or form whatsoever to put the word school in the movie title.
Said that I had
This
seen
movie
this
should have
movie.
just been called Ski. But even they didn't do that much in this movie.
We made a film about guys skiing that really has nothing to do with skiing.
I got this idea for a movie. It's about 3 guys that just get in the car and just drive around. What do you call it? Driving school.
I like it.
All right. Written by David Mitchell, who also wrote Yaks, the 1986 Lost film Loose Ends, aka Screwball Academy. How have we not seen that?
I don't know.
And through my research, that's what I do, I also discovered a third Screwballs movie that we haven't seen also called Screwball Hotel. Yeah.
How the hell did we get out of the 80s without seeing these gems?
Oh my god.
And guess what? We still can't see them. They're nowhere. They're MIA.
Need a lot more
Well, they
Scotch and beer
exist.
for tonight.
They exist.
Directed by Damian Lee, who wrote and directed another Lost film, 1978's Hot Teenage Assets. And also wrote 1990's Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe with Jesse Ventura and Sven Thorsen, which we may be doing on the show. Fingers crossed, I'm making some moves to try to get Sven on the show.
Sven.
Ole Thorsen.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, are you getting Jesse the body?
No, we're not there. But we can get Sven. I think we can I'm working on Sven. Come on, Running Man, Conan.
That's Sven. I was
Yes!
thinking like there was a cigar, the cigar Thor
There's only
guy.
No, Sven Thorsen.
That's why I was like, I'm not.
I guess steroids made you deaf.
That's all I wanted
Made me deaf.
That's Sven.
I guess
Yeah, try to get him on the show for early next year.
I just want him to say that if we interview him.
Yeah, if he can't hear us on the Skype, we gotta say it. But steroids make you deaf. He just shuts off his TV. And that was Sven Thorsen. All right.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys. I don't need this shit.
Guess I just go take some steroids.
I was running
Guess I
up.
should go take some
I was
steroids.
running up Mr. Universe 1962. Fuck you. All right. Well, justified. Most people that tell us to fuck off, it's justified. But yeah,
Oh man, that would be awesome.
The director of this wrote Abraxas with Jesse Ventura, and he also wrote 94's Last Resort, starring the 2 Coreys. So he directed a lot of stuff, but those were the 2 things that kind of jumped out at me.
Gotcha.
Ted, I noticed an inquisitive look on your face a second ago before we get into the story on the cigar.
No, not really.
Same?
Yeah.
You liking the little bit of spice, cedar,
Yeah.
still getting a little cocoa?
Uh-huh.
You don't sense cream. I'm getting...
Actually, no. I think that it just kind of popped in there. Back into the retro hell.
that cream and spice on the retro hail for me is one of the big... It's gonna build. It's already built. Are you getting creaminess on the retro?
Not at the moment, but I mean, I'm literally like half an inch in still.
That's what she said.
Eh.
Okay, I will say this. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Those in the business of shipping cigars, I'm going to leave this as generic as possible.
Okay.
If you ship cigars to someone, whether you're shipping them to a friend or you're a business, shipping them to customers, or you're a manufacturer, shipping them to whoever,
You're shipping cigars.
never, under any circumstances, ship them in a soft envelope.
Amen.
They are fragile, expertly roll. You took all this time and this craft to create these things by shoving them in an envelope with absolutely no padding.
Treat them like eggs.
They tend to show up. What's that weird water thing that people used to walk around with? The
I don't know.
Divining rod?
Divining rod.
that's what these look like when they showed up.
Just a circle.
These have been straightened out. These have been, which sucks because the ones when I originally smoked it, they came pristine. These little, like the Rose of Sharon, the little boxes, little coffins. But these just showed up in an envelope, and they were not in the best of
notes of crookedness.
That's just my PSA for the day.
Oh, very well done.
Okay. Let's dig into ski school, shall I? And the beer is not offensive at all.
No, it's not.
I know that's not a great compliment.
This beer is a slap in the face.
I always get on my wife about that. She says, "How you like? Well, I don't hate it. All right. I don't hate this beer." Ski school, 1990. As I said before, Hot Dog was 84.
Hot dog.
Yes.
We had such a good time with Hot Dog, and it's in other parts of the country. It's wintertime. It's cold. People are skiing. I'm wearing shorts. And we're all wearing...
It was sunny outside and humid, almost 80 degrees today.
I was looking back like 2 episodes ago. We were wearing sweaters and freezing our nuts off. Texas. I love to hate it. But yeah, so I figured, you know what? We're not doing any bikini movies for a while. We're hitting the slopes, boys. You ready?
But there's bikinis on the slopes.
Yeah, there.
Makes no sense.
I just realized we're staying as far away from bikinis as we can, guys. On YouTube, you can see right behind us on the screen, there's a shot of the girls in bikinis. And much like Big Ed, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So we start things off with some sweet ski jumping action atop Whistler Mountain, which at the outset is nowhere near as impressive as the ski footage in the opening credits of Hot Dog. That shit was amazing. This shit's just... I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of lackluster.
No, it's okay. I mean, they're doing some cool stuff, and
yeah, but it's not.
It's like when me and my friends
tofu,
would do some of that
it's
stuff.
It's tofu hot dog.
It's a little bit shaky. Knees are a little wobbly.
An announcer tells us over the loudspeakers that it's the annual spring ski pageant, which ski school director Reed Jansen has described as being for serious skiers only. Don't bring your buddy shit up in the Whistler Mountain. For King of the Mountain, Reed Jansen, winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And he appears more determined than ever to let no one dethrone him this year from the crown.
Yay.
This is all we're getting from the loudspeakers. We haven't actually met anybody yet.
And already we haven't even met Reed, and we know one thing.
He's a dickhead.
What an asshole.
Yeah. And I'll say a lot of shit about this movie, but Reed's a good asshole. Did you have to clip your head again a little bit?
I did. It's a little bit tight.
I'll see if that opens things up a little bit. Yeah. We then cut to a bar where a bunch of drunk guys' eyes go crossed at the sight of chicks taking their tops off and showing their boobs to everybody. That's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted.
You're welcome, Yak Boy. The announcer also tells us, we're cutting back and forth between the ski footage and the partying, that Reed's arch rival Dave Marshak, the lead skier from the Section 8 squad, is surprisingly absent from the pre-pageant ski festivities. He's not absent, actually. He's pouring tequila shots at the bar. I suppose it doesn't take a genius to guess who we're going to be rooting for in tonight's
Marshak.
Dave Marshak is played by Dean Cameron of Summer School fame.
Chainsaw.
He was Chainsaw.
Chainsaw. That's right.
After watching this movie, I really don't see why Dean Cameron has any fame whatsoever. I find him a completely phony baloney screen presence.
He's got a look, and that's about it.
I'll get more into it later. But you hear his name a lot.
Yeah.
80s Dean Cameron, and this is like one of his top, he's the guy from ski school, but
He has that cool stoner look, just can't quite deliver.
He's got the early 90s every guy look, like the hair and the... After showing off his moves on the snow, Reed slips into his favorite tuxedo and heads over to the bar. He grabs his lady Paulette, who's having fun dancing, and informs her, "We're leaving now." But before he can drag her away, they bump into Dave and his slosh skiing buddies. Reed assures Dave that this is his last year competing on the slopes, but Dave says, and I quote, "I've already put into motion an elaborate plan, Reed, a series of events diabolically designed to rid this mountain of you and your satanic presence forever." Reed laughs. Obviously, Dave hasn't met his new Section 8 recruits yet. Yeah, you guessed it again. They're all going to be a bunch of drunk fuck-ups like us. TNCC style.
Huh?
See,
Somehow I feel like I can relate to this.
you see, Reed, who's a competitor, is also in charge of assigning people to the ski team somehow.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The next day, a young cowboy boots wearing hotshot, Matt Cade style, named John Rowland from Montana shows up, and he's immediately a hit with the ladies and a joke to Reed, who's running the registration table. Reed's not impressed at all by John's lack of a skiing resume. To make it worse, he brings a letter of recommendation, like folded up. It's probably like his pastor wrote him or something. So
he was pretty indignant. Maybe this will help.
Yeah, maybe this is what you're looking for. Oh, your mom wrote a note.
That's cute. That's cute.
That's cute. So he's like, you know what? You're Section 8. You're with. You're on Dave's team. John finds
Look, I came here to podcast. They said you were the best. Hey, you paid your money, but that doesn't mean you're going to podcast with the TNCC.
Oh, I thought you were being another podcast and kick it.
Why are we reading? Why are we reading?
No, that's what I thought he was going to be like. No, you'll sit in with the TNCC. Who? Exactly.
Two lefts and then on the right.
Well, John finds his way to the Section 8 clubhouse where the boys are all chugging Miller High Life while listening to Dave Marshak recite Hamlet while sucking helium out of a balloon while dressed in an elf costume.
And he's wearing a Viking hat and a Santa coat.
Yeah, it's a very long bit, and am I the only one who didn't find it funny at all?
Nope. You are not the only one.
Well, I think it was supposed to establish that
he's zany.
He's also
But
cultured.
he's also intelligent.
But as a whole, this summed up the Dean Cameron performance for me. I was just like, so lackluster.
He had a look.
He had a look, and he gave
deliver.
it his best, but I just didn't get it. We'll come back to that. Well, they tossed Johnny Boy a beer, but he came from all the way from Montana. He's not impressed by what he's seeing of his new teammates. And who would be? Any of you clowns know what Section 8 is a reference to?
Yes.
Tut?
Get busted out of the military.
No. Try again.
Oh, Section 8 discharge.
No.
Yeah.
Section 8...
You get crazy and they bust you out of the military. You get a Section 8.
No, that's something else. I know what you're talking about. That is Section something, but it's not Section 8.
Section 8.
We'll look it up on break. Section 8
I'm looking it up right now.
of the Housing Act of 1937, often called just Section 8, authorizes the payment of rental housing assistance to private landlords on behalf of approximately 4.8 million low-income households as of 2008 in the United States. So I guess it's supposed to be Rich Boy Reed's way by calling them Section 8 of degrading Dave's crew. Because Reed is the first section. is the name of his boys. You right?
Well, it's both. There is a Section 8 housing, but there's a Section 8 is a category of discharge from the United States military used for servicemen and judged mentally unfit for service.
That makes sense.
Yes.
The housing thing makes no sense. But you were going to say the housing thing.
Well, no, I understood what you're talking about. I was like, laying it out, like that's what it's supposed to be. Like, they're crazy.
They're crazy.
Oh. What? I was thinking it was a little socioeconomic commentary in ski school, and
it could go both ways.
I don't really like that in my TNA flicks, but now I'm okay with it. I don't know what I'm feeling anymore. I've always heard of Section 8 housing.
There's
You live like not that far from the largest military institution in the free world.
This is true.
I'm about to go Section 8 on you guys in a minute.
That would be okay too.
Affordable housing?
I'm going to pay for your houses. I guess. I don't know what the hell. Ask me my opinion on this again in 2 hours when I'm drunk. I'll figure it all out by then. I'm having a hard time keeping the cigar lit. I'm being honest with you.
Same.
Well, that's because it was bent.
I literally can't.
I was about to say when it lights up and the air flows through there, it's really cool. I mean, you get a lot of backdraft coming off of it.
The other one I had was so good.
This is just kind of.
I hate to chalk this up to shipping error.
Yeah.
Or shipping negligence, but I mean, it's. I'm not getting the same experience I had when I wrote that review.
Like I said, when you do get flavors out of it, it's nice. It's rich and
right
robust.
Now, I just torched the hell out of it, and I got a really nice cream and spice out the nose.
Busted out on that
cedar
pepper and spice.
The cedar's moved to the palate for me. I'm getting the cocoa and the cedar, some leather. I'm getting, that's 3 or 4 flavors on the draw. Good stuff on the thing. It's just not. I can't get it consistently.
Mm-mm. All right, I did a line of Coke and a break there, and now I'm ready to go.
Well, that's a rare moment of candidness.
Wait, are we recording?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Usually I'm the one who's caught with my pants down.
Again?
It's nice. It's refreshing. Okay, now that we've cleared up the Section 8 debate, we jump on out to the slopes. Ski school, there's got to be some slopes, right? Where warm-ups are over and the first event, boom, there's no fucking around.
Yeah, they're not messing around. No lead in.
The slalom is about to go down. The Section 8 boys, the crazy boys, because Section 8, that means crazy, essentially just slam back cans of Labatt beer during warm-up. So I'm a little worried about their chances here, but we'll see what the sober John Rowland can do from Montana. Turns out he's a badass.
Pretty good.
Much like the youngster who shows up on the scene in Hot Dog. He saves the,
Did he not also come wearing cowboy boots?
He did. He did. He's the only one besides Reed to make the run in under 30 seconds, and the Section 8 crew is ecstatic, congratulating him with a Gatorade, a.k.a. Labatt's, and some high fives. Reed is clearly not pleased. For a crew of party animals who are always drinking, they never really seem even buzzed, do they?
Not really.
They're consistently just pounding beers, and they're not even...
Well,
they're not drunk, but they're not even buzzed.
We have learned, 5 minutes in, we've learned that they are functioning alcoholics.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
Yeah,
or
but
really bad actors.
Bingo. It's a party movie, and it's just like, it doesn't really feel like a party.
Right? All the elements are there, and I'm going to get into this a lot tonight. I should love these guys. They embody everything we stand for.
I know.
Party. Hey, big thing coming up. Party. Hey, we've really made some poor life choices. We should probably address them. Let's party first. Everything they do is us. And I can't... Something about it, I can't latch on to these guys. You're with me?
Mm-hmm.
You're still...
I'm not quite...
There's only one character that I can identify with.
All right, we'll wait till we get to him.
We'll get to that.
It was just to me, there was an air of inauthenticity to this film.
Agreed.
I felt like those hot dog guys were partying.
Yeah.
When the cameras were on or off, I felt like a party was going on. Didn't get it here. Maybe it was just me, but obviously it was Tut too. I just wasn't feeling these guys for some reason. All the elements were there for me to love these guys. I just wasn't feeling it. You know what guys I am feeling these days?
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling our guys over at Drew Estate. That didn't sound right.
You're feeling up Drew Estate.
I'm totally feeling up our old buddies at Drew Estate.
All right.
I'm going to mention our second cigar is rolled at the El Titan de Bronze factory in Miami. Well, the Herrera Esteli Miami is also crafted there by Level 9 rollers from Cuba at El Titan de Bronze on Calle Ocho in Little Havana, Miami. Willie Herrera's family factory, the oldest remaining fabrica in Little Havana in Miami. Like the short Corona size featured at the 2016 IPCPR trade show, the complete Herrera Esteli Miami line is expertly crafted with a lavish. I was going to say lavish. This is a scary night. When I'm starting to agree with him more than you, something's weird in the air tonight.
I knew it was lavish, but I just wanted him to say lavish again.
Oh.
A lavish Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper over a rich Ecuadorian Sumatra binder with select fillers from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. The new look of Herrera Esteli Miami features a black and gold color tone. It's a sharp-looking cigar, and is only available to Drew Diplomat retailers in 5 now Vitolas. Originally, it was only available in the short Corona. I smoked one of these at the IPCPR show in Vegas. We did a little review. One day we'll put those out.
Yeah.
It was super smooth, really nice cedar, some sweetness, leather, zero spice, really awesome, like breakfast, morning cigar. I really dug it. So check them out. Let us know what you think.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't check them out at IPCPR, and I'm regretting it.
Well, there's a lot of
I
stuff.
really wish that I would have done
There's a lot of stuff to smoke.
Well, I think it was his 18th pairing video of the day, so.
No, that was, yeah, well, I was drinking. I was like, no, that was a review. Oh, but I drink in those too. Okay, what are we going to do with you? How about I take another drink?
Authentic partying.
Yeah, that's what it's about, huh? Oh, you know what? That is what we're about.
Well, if we can just get that person to stand off to the side and just throw beers at us. I'm going to be the guy that does not catch it.
I was about to say, I was in band. I'm not going to catch that thing.
Did you guys see I just chugged a lot of that beer, too?
We see you chug that beer.
I'm looking for some kind of positive reinforcement in life.
Yeah!
Yes!
You got it!
Do it!
You got it!
Do it!
Yes!
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 You guys are too much. Bunch of phonies.
And still better actors than most.
You're still better actors than Dave Marshak's crew. Well, Reed is so not pleased by the results on the slalom course. Slalom or slalom?
Slalom.
Okay.
Slalom.
That morning, he drags his crew into the weight room to get their asses whipped into shape afterwards.
Which they're like pumping like the tiniest weights ever.
And it makes no sense.
You sucked out there in the thing. Do some curls. Okay. I don't know what this can do. Reed's cute brunette girlfriend, Paulette.
Paulette.
She gets trapped under some dumbbells while bench pressing. Is that a thing? Has that ever happened to anybody?
No, she could have just dropped them.
You just drop them, right? No, she's trapped. She's struggling.
If she was holding the barbell, then I could have like completely.
No, she was trapped under a dumbbell press, which that's a
Under
first.
2 dumbbells.
There's a lot of dumbbells around. And Section 8's own Fitz happens to be walking. Fitzsimmons happens to be walking by. He runs in to help her, but again, where he could have just taken the 15-pound dumbbells, he gets dragged down and suffocated into her boobs by the weight of the 15-pound dumbbells.
It could happen to anybody.
It seems legit. Yax, you ever get smothered in boobs while spotting a hot chick at the gym?
I wish.
No, but I have not spotted Paulette yet.
This is the glory of film versus real life, where I would be in jail.
That's true. Things happen in ski school like Lord of the Rings. They just can't happen in the real world. Try to light this cigar again.
Well, Paulette enjoyed his zany Section 8 actions.
Because we enjoy Paulette.
We enjoy Paulette.
You guys were big Paulette fans.
We
huh?
were big Paulette fans.
The one girl in this thing, you didn't see her boobs. That's always frustrating. When it's like
because I want to see her boobs the most. And
we chase that which runs away.
Yeah.
The forbidden fruit.
You guys make good politicians.
No, we make bad politicians. Just horrible
Successful politicians. Reed orders his boys to toss Fitz the hell out of there. Scum, he mutters. He has a real aversion to these guys. But it's clear that Paulette thinks Fitz is cute and funny. She's giggling the whole time. Fitz makes his way back to the clubhouse where Dave is holding a team meeting. He unsurprisingly informs the group that ski school is in fact not where you come to learn how to ski, or even really ski that much for that matter, which is met by a series of burps from all the guys that just burp in unison. He runs down the night's itinerary. Party at 7 that night, and then a hot tub party at 11:30. Do you guys want to fill the hot tub with chocolate or babes, he asks. They vote for babes. Someone offhandedly mentions they also need to win the race tomorrow, and Dave asks them how they're going to do this. He's their leader. Oh, right. How are we going to do that? The unanimous answer? Partying. Party, party. They start chanting party, party, party. They start spraying beer in each other's faces. They're committed to the cause of partying. God, I should like these guys.
I don't. I'm just kind of like, man, you guys are doing nothing but going through the partying motions. I don't believe you're partiers.
I don't believe they're partiers.
I think you would rather be in social study right now rather than partying.
It's kind of like, when you're like, you ever have to hang around people that aren't your friends, like maybe they're friends of a friend or friends of your wife or whatever, and you're kind of like talking about some shenanigans we got into, which, at the end of a good night of partying with us, there's bodies being dragged, like, at the end of Missing in Action, like, or like Rambo getting those guys into the helicopter, just like, we're covered in blood and shit.
Punch, I can't make it.
You can make it. And these guys start telling their stories, and you're just like, you didn't party.
You didn't.
Oh, you went to Whataburger at 11:30. Oh. You guys were all goofy.
I felt like you guys were sitting around sipping Chardonnay or something. And
you could just get a sense like you don't know what partying is. That's what I get from these guys.
Yeah, I really don't. I mean,
I think the director should have gotten them together 2 weeks ahead of filming and been like, here's 20 cases of beer, party. I got a driver taking you guys a party bus to a strip club. You guys are going to live and breathe partying together for 2 weeks, and then we start shooting. And then maybe you'll look a little partied out.
You need to have some. You need to have some stories. You need to be able to like look at this guy and like this guy. That's how I would direct this.
Man, I don't know if you're going to get even if you did that, I don't know if you're going to get that kind of chemistry out of these actors. There was something that just did not connect across the entire spectrum. And I look back throughout all the zany 80s party movies. Man, those guys had a camaraderie. Even if you go back to the original Animal House, you could believe that those guys were in a fraternity.
Well, Tut, you're going to the top of the mountain. I'm thinking like when we did like Bikini Car Wash, I believe those guys partied together.
Yes. The Australians, man.
And it's not just I don't believe these guys party together. I don't believe they really party.
No, that's the thing. I don't see.
I'm sorry, if you're shooting a movie like this and you're not just like, as soon as the camera stops rolling, you're not just like still cracking open actual real beers at that point.
You know what's funny though? I'm listening to us talk like from outside my body. We sound like a guy, like a veteran, like a Purple Heart guy that goes to see like a war movie. It's like, it's not how it was. I'm not buying Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox in the bush. No way. That's what we're like looking at them like they're frauds, stolen valor.
Man,
what the hell do these guys know about chugging beer? I chug more beer for breakfast.
Spring break '93. I was on the slopes with a hot tub, a 19-year-old, and 22 cases of Bud Light.
If your party stories start at Spring Break 1, that's weak sauce. Your party should start off on a random Thursday and go from there. I have no Spring Break memories. Well,
I have like disjointed, like I know I was at a beach somewhere.
Yeah. I never.
You were at the beach. Oh yeah.
Hey,
when?
He used to go on spring break party. I didn't get invited because I partied too hard. They couldn't bring me to spring break. Can't have that liability
You
out there.
broke spring break.
I would break spring break. I like that. I know at this point, and my God, we're harping on this. It's only 13 minutes and 58 seconds into the film. I promise I'll stop harping on it, but I'm feeling no connection towards Section 8, like the connection I felt with the Hot Dog Gang. And I even have a slightly less distaste in my mouth for Reed's Bad Guys. Just slightly. Reed's a good asshole.
Reed is. The other two?
They're forgettable. They're nothing. Derek and Eric.
But Reed actually is.
But maybe,
I like Reed.
But maybe as much as we're shitting on these performances, as the doctor would say, maybe it's too early to tell. We'll see. It is not too early to tell how the cigars are going. Tut.
Okay. So when it works and works well.
It's so tasty when it works.
It's a flavor bomb. It actually is.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Delicate, nuanced flavors.
Yeah, and complex. I mean, it's really kind of neat, and I would love to get my hands on one that hasn't been smushed and used to find water in the desert.
Again, that's my cigar expert diagnosis, because I've had one that wasn't smushed, and it was beautiful.
But no, you can tell, because like when every now and then it'll open up, and when it opens up, the smoke profile is beautiful.
Mine's
Backdraft
in a
is
sweet
great.
spot right now.
The
where
draw opens up.
Right
and the
now, I'm
flavors
enjoying the sweet spot. I'm getting a lot of smoke production. The flavors are just flowing.
Boom, just comes in there, and then all of a sudden it goes out, and it's a tight draw again. And
yeah, I mean, it's going to take a hit on construction points, but as far as flavor, man, I'm still getting that really nice spice on the nose.
I've got
Did you get the creaminess finally?
I did.
You got creaminess, which you never get.
Which I
creaminess.
never get creaminess.
I'm getting creaminess and spice. That really nice yin and yang
But
on the retro.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna knock the crap out of this cigar. I mean, if he can't deliver that throughout the entire thing, I mean, it just...
Of course. But, man, when it works, it works. And then on the draw, the cedar, the leather, the cocoa. Did you get any of the tea that I was...
I just lit this up, and now it's out again. It's
frustrating. We've had some poorly... I'm not going to say poorly constructed. This, I believe, because of my prior experience, this was a poorly... delivered cigar, but which is unfortunate, because I really worked hard to get these on the show, because I wanted to share them with you guys. I thought you'd really like them.
I'm just...
Well, I mean, I do like them.
I'm just saying, how many cigars... I know Villiger's a big company. They've been doing this for a long time, and they're respected. At what point in their workflow did they say, just give them an envelope? Wait, Tuesday Night Cigar Club? Yeah, here, watch this.
They'll be drunk. They don't know what's going on.
No, not that fancy bubble wrap envelope. Just the plain white one.
Look at just yeah.
That actually kind of makes sense.
In its own sad way, yes, it does. Boy, when it works, it's just a really great... are you enjoying it? You don't seem to be having... Yours is smoking a little bit better than ours, I think.
A little bit, but I mean, it's still like... Once again, the tight draw, I still get that. I mean, I'm having to work at it. There's one thing when a cigar goes out, just because we're conversing or whatever, but there is another where you're like literally actively like trying to keep it lit, and it's not.
It's like sucking a thick milkshake through a straw. And not getting any milkshake at certain points.
It's like I have to write this down as my third side hustle, if I'm not getting paid for it.
I think we found our quote for the episode. Yeah, it's unfortunate, because I am getting a lot of glimpses of what I loved about that original one. But
I mean, yeah, like I said, when it works, you get really good flavors, and that's sad.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have we don't have the doctor here, but we will be getting a fourth opinion on this cigar. A listener, I'll keep it no names if they don't want their names to be shared. Who won on our Facebook Live? We gave away a T-shirt.
Okay.
I am going to throw one of these in. Before I knew, I already sent it. I already sent it off before I knew. Did
you send it in an envelope?
And I did throw it in an envelope. How ironic would that be? She gets it. It's just.
I wrote this time. I didn't even waste time on the envelope. I just rolled it in tissue paper.
No, I wrapped it up in the shirt like a burrito. Folded the ends of the shirt in. wrapped it in tin foil, and I shoved it in a white paper envelope.
I then dropped a brick on it, rolled it around, and cement mixer.
Maybe hers will be okay. I thought it would be a great for someone who doesn't smoke cigars, or maybe they're just starting to smoke cigars. I thought it would be a really great
Actually, this would
introduction
this
cigar. It would be. I threw some other cigars in there too, so we got a chance here. Okay, well, let's keep smoking it, and we'll get to our second cigar shortly. The beer, it's. What do you want from me? The beer is. I just can't believe how light it is. It's the lightest porter I've ever had.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of a porter, I think of a dark flavor. Like you know it's going to have.
I just think there's a.
I don't like porters, but I'm okay.
mouthfeel.
I'm actually okay with this because it doesn't taste.
I love porters. I love stouts, but it honestly is just a really dark ale as opposed to a porter.
It does.
I mean, as a porter is an ale, but I'm just saying it's not. It doesn't.
But
it doesn't carry. It does. To me, this would not carry the distinction of being a porter.
No, and actually, after on my second one, the vanilla's kind of died down a little bit. I'm just getting a little bit of the chocolate.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. One of those nights. I'll drink a little scotch. Maybe that'll help.
Now there ain't nothing wrong with this scotch.
You don't have any in your glass.
Well, my friend.
As if the bottle was so far away, I can't refill it.
Well, you know what?
Let me correct that.
We're criticizing these doofuses and their lack of party skills. Boys, here we go. It's go time.
Yes. You got it. Yes. All right. Yes.
If only they had a top of the hill moment.
Did you ever see them chug a beer like that? No.
They toss beers around.
They tossed them around. They poured them over their heads, but I never saw them pouring them into their damn mouths. What kind of losers
so
are we?
Angry.
What kind of losers are we?
My God, this is not rampant alcoholism. We know rampant alcoholism.
We know rampant alcoholism. This is not it. These guys are supposedly living on Whistler Mountain chugging beers for like 5 or 6 years. Stolen valor.
Phonies. They're phonies.
By actors doing their best. They're not even real people. We're stretching them. They went home to their families at the end of the shooting every night. Fitzsimmons had triplets during the shoot. He was in the hospital with his wife after every single shooting day wrap to take care of the babies.
That's slightly inaccurate.
That's totally inaccurate. I just made it up.
Oh.
Why'd you say that? You know something about Fitzsimmons?
There's parts of him that I'm like, I can relate to this guy, but then it fell out of character. Like, I want to, like, that's the one character, like, I can reach on to him, like, I know this guy. I am that guy half the time, but real.
Oh, dude, I know Cody Leschker. Fitzsimmons is no Cody Leschker. And I mean that as a compliment to you. I've drank with Cody Leschker. I've been in the trenches with Cody Leschker. Fitzsimmons is no... Was that his name? Fitzsimmons?
Fitzsimmons.
He's no Cody Leschker. There's nobody is for that matter.
Also, I guess maybe I just latched onto his love for Paulette. That was...
There you go.
You boys just love
there
Paulette.
You go.
They started calling this the Tuesday Night Facial Hair Club. You got the mustache going? You got a beard going?
What? You have a beard.
I've always had a beard.
Well, that's true.
Yours is y'all's two's is new. I like it. I like it a lot. We get the doctor to grow some mutton chops. We're in business. All right.
Ah, the mutton chops.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
How long are you keeping the mustache this time?
I don't know. I have some certain prerequisites that if they trip, then I shave.
I don't think that's the right word. Prerequisites would be before you started growing it.
I don't know.
You have conditions.
Conditions.
Okay.
If you trip over those conditions, you got to shave it.
Yes.
Got it.
If then statements.
I think going to Chuck E. Cheese for a party. If I get hurt in an accident, I need you to go pick up my kids from school. You'd have to shave it. A lot of things we have, you know.
I'm here to pick up Cade's kids.
I'm sure you are, sir.
We'll just say, sure, absolutely, not a problem. We'll have you wait in this car over here.
You can just wait over here. We'll be right with you. Don't tase me, bro.
Don't taste me, bro. It's just November.
It's just a mustache, damn it. We've seen the new Magnum PI. He doesn't wear a mustache. Damn it.
Oh.
Insult to injury. Okay,
Can we not bring up that travesty?
I'm sorry. Can we get back to the movie?
No mustache.
It tells you how bad the movie is. We're doing everything to try and avoid it.
I know, right?
It's there. It's there.
My cigar went out again.
Of course it did.
Well, that night, you want to talk about the movie? We'll talk about the movie.
Yes, let's talk about
that
the movie.
night, there's a party.
And my cigar just went out. What the fuck?
The Section 8 boys are beside themselves. This isn't a party. Everybody still has their clothes on.
It's a still life.
I like that. This is a still life.
It is indeed a stuck-up party. Ed, who's on the screen here if you're watching us on YouTube, do you recognize him?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the gay dead sons from Heathers.
Well, yes, that too.
The
But
gay
we,
dead
I did. Yeah.
I love my dead gay son.
It's been it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but yeah,
Wasn't he
you're
one
right.
of the dead gay
Yes, he
sons?
was.
It was also on Jag.
yes.
Jag?
Jag. I got it confused
Judge,
with
Advocate General.
I got it confused
military
with
lawyer TV
McGee
show.
from NCIS, but it wasn't McGee from NCIS. It was Jag.
These are shows you watch when you're visiting your parents. I'm hoping. Please say that for our shred of cool factor we still have.
Dude, what am I supposed to do? Law and Order led into it.
I like every November to grow a mustache and binge watch Jag. I don't judge.
What a bunch of jag-offs.
Totally judging. Jag off. No, where do you know him from?
Jag.
No. I thought I knew Cody Lisker. I don't know him at all. How many beers am I going to have to chug tonight?
Catherine Bell was in Jag.
Oh.
All right.
Is that honestly where you knew him from?
Yes.
I thought you were just trying to fuck with me.
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Well, no, I knew him from this, but the only other thing I'd ever seen him in was Jag. Well, and Heathers, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm never going to get the cool factor back with him now. He left me in the trenches.
Ed of Jag fame even thinks he's heard the party music playing at his dentist office, for Pete's sake. That's how lame this party is. Almost as lame as being on Jag. Jesus Christ. What the hell's... I've never heard of this show. I think I have. It's like a Navy guy.
Yes, that's right.
Well, Fitz decides to get things going by pouring some white wine all over Paulette's boobs, which forces her to go upstairs and change, with him in hot pursuit. Dave is feeding carrots to the ski groupies like donkeys over at the bar. He's literally like feeding these chicks baby carrots, while their wild card, John Rowland from Montana, saves hot ski bunny Lori from a full frontal Me Too assault from the first section. Their Section 8, Reed's group, is first section, like the First Reich. Bunch of handsome white guys. Do you think that's where they were going with that? The first section?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and we see Ed sneak off to do something sneaky with the audio-visual equipment at the party. What does he do? Well, essentially, he just changes the music to some cheesy-ass early 90s dance music, but it has a desired effect, as Reed does not like it. Quote, a couple more up-tempo songs like this party could get out of control. I like Reed.
He does actually do a pretty
He's the only
good.
guy when he's on screen that I kind of get a kick out of.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there's a second guy. We'll get to him.
So he tosses Ed out of the party and then he throws his cassette tapes down on him. Party with these, fag. There's a lot of homosexuals. We're going to get to that.
It's the 90s.
It's the 90s.
Different time.
But Dave as Ed gets thrown out, Dave and Fitz are hanging out drinking beers on the balcony above. And when they see Dave get tossed out on his ass, they all agree that payback is in order. Again,
Now let's get some zany
Again,
hijinks.
they're sitting up in the balcony, chugging tall cans, sober as grandma
All get
watching
out.
Jag. I think even she has a toddy every now and then.
Exactly. Grandma liked the gin.
Tut's grandma drinking sea breezes has more experience drinking than these numbnuts. Well, the drunken idiots totally barge in on John and Lori, who are about to do it, and they drag her into their nefarious scheme. She seduces the first section's Derek and Eric, no relation, into coming up to a bedroom and sliding into bed with her. She tells them both separately, like, close your eyes, come on in. Don't open your eyes, I'm into kinky stuff. Just slide into bed, I'll be waiting for you. But we see the crew up on the roof stringing all sorts of rope and cameras around, so you know they're up to something. Meanwhile, down at the party, Reed is playing a video for his All-Star Ski Academy. It's the best he could do. And he's so damn proud of it. And Paulette, watching it with him, is far from impressed. It's a pretty cheesy little video presentation. But we see saw Section 8's Ed tampering with the video equipment, so you know what's coming. Turns out the boys have quickly edited the just shot footage to show Derek and Eric flirting not with Lori but with each other. Hey baby, can I? And then they like Derek and like they're flirting back and forth. Everyone's laughing gregariously. Reed shouts out, "My men are not homosexuals!" And then the video cuts to Derek and Eric fumbling around with each other in bed. They both have condoms out, thinking the other one is Lori. And then they see each other and just start screaming.
And everybody laughs.
This gets everyone's dying laughing. This gets Dave and his cronies all thrown out of the party on their asses once again. Reed tells them, crawl back into your hole and die. But Dave cracks open a beer, says, we came, we partied, we conquered. And the Section 8 crew cracks open their beers and they start dancing in victory. And you know who else is dancing in victory?
Who's dancing in victory?
John Randall, as he scored, he goes back in and scores with Lori as she assures him, you know what? Let's just have fun. There's no strings attached. Let's just party. Naked. How about that? Hey. It's like we always say in the Corner No Hope. Just party.
Just party.
It can truly solve most of the world's problems, if not all of them.
It absolutely could. It absolutely should.
If only we get more people to get on board with us.
Oh.
We really should have bought more lighter fuel tonight.
I literally just lighted this.
I got another lighter here somewhere. I'm sorry, folks. Technical difficulties.
The party animal. Ancient
the only thing I can
relic
actually
from an
say
ancient time.
The one scene I could say from here is that, Reed's group might be a bunch of assholes, but at least both Derek and Eric do practice safe sex. They both came armed with condoms.
Well, it was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
You had to.
I'm just saying.
You had to.
After those MTV campaigns, I mean, you're an asshole if you didn't.
I didn't have MTV, and I wasn't really sexually active in 1990, so I'm just going to take your word for it, Ted. You're a little bit older. The next day, Reed tells his boy...
Yeah, that's kind of an asshole shot, but it's all right. It's all right.
Hey, I could have said when they were back in the gym, I could have explained to you what dumbbell presses were, and I didn't.
I know what dumbbell presses are.
I laid off then. I'm sorry.
I've watched the Arnold videos.
You've had a rough night. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
Up, down, up.
I should be able to gauge the room and know when I can take some shots and when I should. Maybe I should chug another beer. No. Later. The next day, actually, I'm going to take a sip of scotch, see how that works with a cigar. Are you enjoying the scotch with a cigar more or the beer with a cigar?
If I say I'm enjoying the scotch with a cigar more, it's because I just enjoy the scotch.
Yeah,
yes. There's no way in hell I'm going to say, no, I prefer this beer over the scotch.
Well, it's funny because I'm actually getting more vanilla out of the cigar after the scotch than I am with the vanilla porter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you getting some vanilla in the cigar after sipping the scotch? I think scotch is just in general a better companion to.
And you'll find that it will accent that because you'll get the caramel kind of flavoring from scotches mixed with a little bit of
the scotch
that.
doesn't have a lot of. This Scotch,
It still has a little hint of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's still
really smoky and floral to me. This Scotch, I'm getting the peach and the smokiness, and not a lot else.
I'm not really good. I mean, the peach is there for me, but it's very subdued. It's not a.
Oh no, it's not a heavy-handed peach at all.
I mean, it's still a traditional Scotch. I just think it's a lot more mellow. That smokiness, it's not a peaty Scotch. It's not a heavy.
Which is weird because
Scotch.
this is not a Scotch that's been aged in oak barrel.
Well, it's the
port.
port. Yeah,
port barrels.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that sweetness, kind of coming in off of the profile over the top.
It's tasty. It's really tasty. I'm glad you chose to buy this special Scotch for your birthday, and I'm glad I demanded that you share it with us.
Well, otherwise it would just be me sitting around drinking it all by myself going, man, this stuff is fantastic.
I have the whole bottle to myself. Nope. It'll be gone tonight. Well, the next day, Reed tells his boy Derek that he's already scored with 3 babes that morning that weren't Paulette. He's been busy. And he's going to pass one off to Derek. Hey, man. Way to make this homo stuff work for us, right?
I don't understand that.
What was that about?
I also don't understand that. If I can understand how Reed, your top dog of the mountain, I can understand how you can pull wool left and right, but you never really showed it in this movie, and you never really showed him.
You never showed him having any interest in even his girlfriend or any other chicks. You also, our hero, Dave Marshak, I never got a sense from him that he was banging anybody either. He came across as our first asexual horn dog on the show. He was supposedly this crazy party horn dog, and he's the most asexual. I wouldn't be surprised if you pull down Dave Marshak's ski pants and it's like a Barbie, it's like a Ken doll. There's no wiener there. It's just nothing.
I think he got more sexual pleasure out of
pretty
feeding,
much, yeah.
He got more sexual pleasure out of feeding the girls carrots.
It's weird.
This homosexual stuff's really working out good for Dave, isn't it?
I guess.
All right. Well, whatever. Next thing we know, Reed is in the office of the evil. All right, we've seen this before. Evil land developer, Mr. Bryce, who's looking to sell the mountain. Can you sell a mountain?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It is just real estate.
And he tells Reed that he needs him to get his shit together and beat the Section 8 boys fair and square in the competition to get himself a piece of that real estate pie. We can't just boot Dave Marshak off the mountain. He's a folk legend to the locals.
You can totally do that because if you're selling land...
It's not like Dave Marshak comes with the mountain.
It's different when you're selling a mountain, boys. There's there's rules. I'll explain to you after the show.
It was so funny before I watched this. I actually didn't realize that I'd watched it a long time ago, like in the 90s. But
USA Up All Night.
My wife is so understanding with these things, and she was like, "So, what do you think the plot's going to be on this one?" I'm like, "Well, my guess is going to be evil land developer coming in to sell."
But it's not anywhere near what it is in the other movies.
No,
this guy's got like 2 scenes, and it's not like a driving. Like you never have the scene of the Section 8 guys like, "We got to save the mountain." No, there's none of that.
Rally the troops, bring forth the partying to...
No, there's none of that.
They just have to continue to ski better than they've skied before because we've seen so much skiing of them doing good skiing.
Much like a lot of other movies we feature on the show, none of this makes any sense, legally or narratively.
Well, at least they
ultimately, I guess
they did put the deeds in the freezer.
Nobody knows where the deeds to the mountain are. Are there deeds to a mountain? I mean, it's a piece of... Well, whatever. None of it really makes any sense.
We have to keep the deeds.
It doesn't matter, I suppose. So Reed and his first section crew go over to the Section 8 clubhouse and threaten them to leave while they still can.
That works.
Fitz pops out of a drunken state from under a mountain of... He literally sleeps instead of a blanket under a mountain of Labatt cans. He pops up with... I don't know if it's chocolate pudding or shit all over his face.
Chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
And says, "No way, man." That's the extent of what we get of them fighting against the evil land developer. "No way, man." And then we cut. That's it. No, like, what is this? Like, we live here. This is our... We got to fight. No. No way, man.
This is our home.
No way, man.
Yeah.
We cut to...
I'm done. I'm out.
No,
God,
no.
You're not. You are not out.
I am.
We are 20 minutes into this movie. You cannot check out.
We cut to more. Hey, you guys ready for more slalom racing?
Yes.
I thought we already did that.
Yes, but that was the regular slalom. This
That
is
was
a
Slalom montage
That was
4.
the quarterfinals. This is the semifinals.
Yes.
Day 2.
What comes first, quarterfinals or semifinals?
Quarter.
So this is the semifinals. Again, the footage is far from engaging, and the soundtrack of bland guitar riffs doesn't inspire us even slightly.
The skiing is mediocre.
Dude, the proof's in the pudding here. 1984 trumps anything in 1990, especially music-wise.
Pretty much, yeah.
Remember how great the music in Hot Dog was? Mitch Ryder, Top of the Hill. Dude, it's just cheesy, bogus 90s instrumental crap here. Fitz suggests subliminal hypnosis as a tactical weapon. All right, I'm going to say what I saw here, and I'm going to correct myself because you guys were watching the movie earlier. Dave sneaks into the first section's clubhouse and whispers to them in their sleep that they must lose their minds in order to be successful. Be crazy. And I was like, we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But as you guys are watching it, when I showed up tonight, he was actually whispering into his own guy's ears.
He was to John.
And Big Ed, Crazy Ed, be crazy. So he's brainwashing his own dudes.
Yeah.
How does that make sense? How does that make sense in ski school?
Yeah, well, you just gotta keep going through the script.
Okay, but they did it.
I know it didn't make sense, but they did it.
It would have made more sense, I thought, to brainwash the opponent than your own team members.
This movie had so many flaws at this point.
We then cut to the freestyle competition. Slalom's over, thank God.
Yeah.
Which again is filled with a ton of stock ski footage of guys that look nothing like the guys they're supposed to look like. Just put some goggles on; they'll believe your fits.
No, they had a guy in a bright yellow cap.
Put this bandana on.
You'll be fine. Back at the lodge, Dave says he has a plan, and he and Fitz don robes and ascots and enter the steam room, which is filled with a baker's dozen of bodacious babes.
Finally.
He tells them they were sent by Reed to teach them the lambada.
The forbidden
lambada.
dance.
The forbidden dance.
Man, that dance had like a short window.
I hope we don't have any millennial listeners because
The what?
Wikipedia the lambada. I don't have enough.
Unfortunately, ski school had some really dated things.
Lambada.
It is the forbidden dance.
It is the forgotten dance.
It is the forgotten dance.
And then he encourages them to grab each other's bikini-clad bodies like a sack full of axe handles and gyrate with them to the music. What kind of analogy is that?
I don't know.
I want you boys right now to grab yourselves like a sack full of axe handles. Do it.
Well,
You wouldn't even know how to do what is that?
I mean, I could say things that, you know.
It's terrible. Just terrible.
Just terrible.
At least in Hot Dog, I understood what the fuck the guys were up to. I don't know anything these guys are doing. It makes zero sense. But next thing we know, the guys are in a hot tub with the beauties. Dave Marshak says, another quote can't wrap my head around. I could fool around with you until the cows come home, he tells the girl. Or I could fool around with the cows till you come home. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I guess that's he's so crazy. He's so crazy.
Oops, he says, I just came in my pants.
Did Danny McBride write this?
He probably did.
Dave purrs. Whatever.
That's our quote for this show. It's just
whatever. Meanwhile, Reed and Derek are alone in their hot tub. They were expecting these babes to join them, but they stole their babes. No chicks. Everything here is trying to portray Dave Marshak as Dave Naughton from Hot Dog.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was David Naughton from Hot Dog. Or Bob, Tim Matheson in Up the Creek.
Tim Matheson
kind of
did
the leader of
so much better.
Leader of the crew, but it all just seems so forced, ultimately so false. Am I right?
Yes.
There's no Gonzer.
So there's no Gonzer.
When Dave
And who was the other alcoholic, the dweeb who like breaks out his entire mixing
they were
station
all alcoholics.
in the
Irwin.
back? Irwin. There was no Irwin in this movie.
Should be Irwin.
Scar went out again. There was no Irwin. That's the man. I love up the creek when they were coming up there, and all of a sudden they break out an entire mixing station in the back. Oh, come on!
When Dave sees a bikini-clad broad stroll through the clubhouse and says, "Do you guys see anything wrong with this? She's half naked at 9:30 in the morning. They used to be completely naked here at 9:30 in the morning." I didn't believe anything he was saying.
I didn't know.
I don't even think he's ever seen a naked woman in his life, and doesn't want to. I'm telling you, Ken doll under those ski pants. Our first asexual horn dog on the podcast.
Oh, the Morrissey of the TNA flicks.
We're bound to encounter at some point. Tut, cigar.
It's great when it's lit. It's great when it works.
I just lit.
We've gone through 2 lighter fulls of butane, and yeah.
Okay. If you get anything new,
Which is a shame because, like I said, when this thing floats,
the
it is
potential-
beautiful. When
the
it blooms,
potential is
it's there. And to just crap it out off of just shoddy shipment, I'm sorry.
that's what I'm going to attribute to, because the one I had was. You read my review.
You can
go to the website, read my review. It was the construction.
you
was
can
spot
taste
on.
you can taste it there. When it opens up, it's there. It's not like it's hiding. It's very in your face. It's like, boom, hey, I'm a wonderful cigar. Except, no. That's horrible.
You know what the cigar's like? It's like the inner city school kid in those movies. He's a genius at math, can write poetry, can do everything, but he's got those barriers. And half the movie is you're struggling to break through those barriers and to get to the poetry and get to the soul of this kid. I'm hoping maybe, but like those movies, at the end, like the final inch of this thing will just be magical.
Genius.
Magical. This is the Finding Forrester of cigars.
Well, you need to take the cigar and you need to light it really hard.
I want to see what you're made of, punk. I never saw Finding Forrester. I'm just assuming.
I liked it. It came on right after Jag. It was pretty nice. Don't you shake your head at me, Cody.
You knew what
watched
Jag
it.
was.
I knew what Jag was.
Did you watch NCIS too?
No.
Yes.
You
Yes.
fucking liar. I didn't know Chris O'Donnell was in that. Oh, how'd you know Chris O'Donnell was in it? Oh, shit. How'd I know Chris
How'd
O'Donnell?
you know?
Gotta go.
Wait,
That's
like
not even
I
the
mean,
NCIS.
like a
That's
completely-
NCIS Los Angeles.
Is that the LL Cool J one?
Yes.
You only watched that because LL Cool J
Wait,
was
No,
in
I
it.
walked in on him watching it once. He was supposed to be editing the podcast, and he was watching that garbage. I made him stop.
Only after LL Cool J was off screen.
Ladies love Cool J.
NCIS has Ice-T. Los Angeles has Cool J.
Wait, what?
NCIS has... No, that's Law and Order.
Wait,
Special Victims
how many
Unit.
shows are we in now?
By the way, I only edit the show to Blue Bloods.
All right, I'm only going to say this, and I swear...
Blue Blood? Oh.
I swear on my stinky ashtray I've never seen... It's an NCIS that's Mark Harmon,
Yes.
No, that's
who ruined Moonlighting.
That's NCIS New
Yes.
Orleans.
No, that's Gary Sinise.
No, that's Scott Bakula's New Orleans.
No, that's CIS New York.
Yeah, that's CIS New York.
How many acronyms are we going to go through this night?
Yeah. I don't know. Speaking of folks, we're heading to the Louisiana Barn Smoker, so stay tuned to New Orleans, NCIS New Orleans. 'Cause
TNCC New Orleans.
maybe we'll show up on an episode of that. Scott Bakula will be giving me the hard thing. Tell us where you're...
He comes in with
It's just
all
going to
the
be us in
duo.
the background shaking our heads. Terrible.
This terrible.
No, Terrible's actually going to be there going, that's terrible.
That's terrible. Chris O'Donnell's got me in cuffs.
Wait, Los Angeles is doing a crossover with New Orleans?
Where are we?
NCI don't give a shit. How's that for a show? That's my new show. NCI don't give a fuck. Where were we here?
And my cigar went out.
Right. We'll start rubbing some sticks together to get some flames for these cigars. We cut back to the competition where Reed is still in the lead, but Johnny Rowland from Montana is catching up fast. But all the boys care about is the hot, long-haired chick with the killer sunglasses who shows up in her convertible on the scene, right?
She's nice.
They don't give a shit about the mountain, the competition, the real estate deal, whatever the fuck. They don't give a care about it. They see her, that's their...
They don't even care about the deeds at this point.
No, they never mentioned the deeds. At least those other stupid titty movies we loved made it clear what was at stake. Our way of life. Not here.
That's right.
So we then go to the ski lodge where Dave is putting the smooth moves on Reed's girl, Paulette. I thought that was Fitz's girl. He's cock blocking his buddy Fitz.
He is.
If he had a cock. Ken doll, baby. But just then, Fitz shows up. But you know what? Fitz doesn't really seem to mind at all. Like, I had my head buried in her boobs. Like, no.
That was just yesterday.
Whatever. There's clearly no room for intercrew conflict in ski school. One of us gets laid, we all get laid. I witnessed a guy cock block Yak Boy once in high school. He almost went home from graduation in a body bag. That's how that happens.
That didn't happen. Legally, that didn't happen.
I'm just saying, I'm watching this and I'm like, Fitz was clearly, she was digging Fitz was digging her. He walks in on Dave putting the moves. Next thing I know, it's 2 a.m. I'm at Diamond Shamrock Convenience Store. Cody's buying knives.
They were selling knives.
They did that back then. I don't know why they had a knife case at the 7-Eleven or whatever it was, but they
I'll
did.
have a pack of smokes, this bubble gum, and I'll have the 45 long slide with the latest laser sighting.
Can I get that large serrated blade right there? You know, the one with the compass on it?
The compass on the end with the matches, the Rambo blade. That's what I need.
Uzi 9mm. Only which CPAP.
Uzi 9mm.
Just saying. Yeah, I had your back that night.
You did.
Hey, that's a party story. Remember we were drinking that night? Mad Dog. Grape. I think I
haven't any Mad Dog left.
I think I might have had some Banana Red too.
Son of a bitch. You didn't share that with me.
Hey,
that's the good stuff.
That's what kept me from having you make a mistake of a lifetime, my friend. Hey, again, these are party stories. You don't get any of that history with these doofuses. Doofus I
think it would have been a harder party
Doof
story.
Balls.
It doesn't matter.
Doof balls. Johnny Randall takes a seat at the lodge, and he looks longingly over at Lori across the room, who's giggling with some of her friends. The long-haired beauty we saw arrive earlier, named Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
The rich chick in her convertible. She sits down at Johnny's table. Do you recognize her?
No.
Remember the 1990 film, Winona Ryder film, Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael?
Yes.
She was Roxy Carmichael.
Was she?
Did not see it.
No, I'm not sure if I saw it, and I'm a Winona Ryder fan.
Well, this chick was Roxy Carmichael, and Lori, as she sees Victoria flirting with Johnny, acts like she doesn't care, you know?
Now she's jealous.
She said, no strings attached, we're just here to party. But she cares, doesn't she, Axe?
She does.
Well, Crazy Ed is
that's about the only believable scene in this movie.
Yeah, Lori's not bad compared to everybody else, acting-wise. Well, Crazy Ed starts going through the lodge, handing out snowballs to everyone. And guess what? A 3-second snowball fight breaks out. Literally 3 seconds. He hands them out. We see like 3, maybe 2 snowballs get thrown and they cut. That could have been an epic snowball fight.
It really felt like, as soon as I saw
everything in this movie is too little, too half-assed.
Yes, but okay, there is an.
Why not go big with the snowball fight? That would have been fun. Chicks take their tops off, guys are throwing snowballs.
Hot Dog did an epic snowball fight scene, and I felt like they were trying to do something here, and they just chopped it right out. I think there was like
much like Dave Marshak's penis was chopped off. Allegedly.
Yes.
You agree?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I am going to call an audible here, boys, unless you guys are opposed to it. Before the night gets too far in the tooth, would you guys like to switch cigars?
Yes.
It sounds good to me.
Okay. I want to give this other cigar some time, and I mean, it's unfortunate, but
I don't know why I'm pretending to put the cigar out. It's already out.
all of a sudden it won't extinguish. Smoke's flying everywhere. Oh my God! It just will not die. Give me another chance. Nope. Please, one more. No. All right, well, boys, if I can just break us from the action, from the engaging snowball fight for 1 minute.
There was 2 snowballs.
I was being facetious.
Oh.
We're gonna smoke another cigar tonight. How fortuitous that we have another cigar to go to tonight. Well, you boys light up. I will
Wait a
describe.
minute, what was the price point on that?
Oh, we never did discuss price point. Yak Boy, assuming, well, no, I'm not going to say that. Based on your experience with a cigar, that's what we do. Don't take into account my prior experience. Price point on the Ynclan Lancero.
I would go 10.
Okay. Is that if it was performing the way it should?
Yeah.
I'm basing it off of the delicious parts that I did taste
Okay.
between the lightings.
Okay.
I'll go 850.
11.
11.
I'll go 1001. Oh,
It's
wait.
too late.
Sorry.
It's too late. Okay. It's a weird thing, you know. It didn't perform as I promised. I mean, I basically set it up as you guys.
Wow,
It's one of the best Lanceros I've ever had, and I couldn't keep it lit. So
I can't believe I was so freaking far off of that price point.
$11. Which I'll tell you this, it means nothing, but the one I smoked, 11 all day,
If it was
every day.
If it was all the way through like that, I could probably go for that.
A Lancero
And I wouldn't
with
think
that many,
twice about
a Lancero with that many flavors, and that, you know, just
And it was really rich. I mean, when the flavor kicked in, it was just it was a good cigar. But
I know. Well, let me tell you about our next cigar. But before I do that, we're breaking TNCC party history here tonight. You ready?
Yes.
We've been criticizing these assholes for not knowing how to party. Here we go, boys.
you got it, Canester. Go. Look at him. Look at him. Oh no, he's
Go.
doing it.
Go.
He's doing
Go.
it. Oh no,
Do it.
he's doing it.
Do it.
He's
Go.
doing it. Yeah.
Go. You've got it.
got it.
Go.
I'm trying.
Do it.
I'm trying.
He's almost there. He did it.
Cody, I applaud your enthusiasm on that. That was far more authentic than mine.
I believe that was the first time in TNCC history in 83 episodes where I've chugged 2 full beers. I need it tonight, man. You know what? 83 episodes? Is tonight episode 83?
It is.
I'm chugging beers, man. You got to keep track of this stuff. Okay. Now I shall introduce tonight's, God bless you,
Thank you.
tonight's second cigar, the M18 by 1880 International. It is a 6x52, I'm guessing a Toro. Ecuadorian wrapper, Dominican Republican binder, Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers, which I believe was the fillers on the, fillers on the first cigar. I'll say price point for last. We've never done a cigar like this, boys. And this is why I demanded you bring your fancy birthday scotch tonight. Infused with Macallan 18-year-old sherry cask Scotch whiskey, this blend of premium tobacco and Scotch provides a delicate hint of Scotch with a subtle spiciness. Combined with a perfect draw, this blend allows the smooth, balanced flavor of the cigar to be enhanced when paired with a Highland region Scotch. Each cigar's, obviously I'm quoting their, this isn't me saying this. Each cigar is expertly made in the traditional Cuban style of tubing the filler intubado, where they roll the filler leaves and then finished off with a beautiful, I don't know if you looked at, triple cap. It had a Dude,
I didn't look at it.
I did. Dude, the construction, it is a very nice looking cigar. About the company, 1880 International, they say this. Our proprietary method blends premium single malt Scotch or single malt whiskey. They have a variety of cigars with different whiskeys and different Scotches infused. With each element of the cigar, they infuse it with the filler, the binder, and the wrapper. The tobacco is aged and then hand-rolled in the true Cuban style. Here's where it gets interesting. The result is a unique smoke that captures the distinctive flavors of a single malt Scotch, providing a one-of-a-kind experience and a smooth, clean draw from start to finish. Their proprietary process of truly infused is organically authentic. No aromatic seasoning or artificial flavors are used, which they are with a lot of infused cigars. Elevate your drinking experience by pairing our premium Scotch-infused cigars with a glass of your favorite single malt Scotch whiskey. Get this. These are hand-rolled in Miami's Little Havana area at the El Titan de Bronze factory, which master blender from Drew Estate, Willie Herrera, oversaw for many years before joining Drew Estate in 2011. That was his factory. It was matter of fact, it's owned by his mother-in-law. But that's where Drew Estate went and pulled Willie from. This factory has a lot of reputation, a lot of respect. So these guys are getting these things made at, they're not, whatever you think of the cigar, the pedigree from a factory standpoint is top notch. Never done a cigar, an infused cigar on the show before, so we shall see.
There's a bit of sweetness there. There's actually a lot of sweetness on the cold draw, almost to the point. I'm not lying. It was almost like a grape type.
I got
taste.
A little grapiness too.
So it's a very sweet kind of smelling cigar. Sweet on the cold. The sweetness is still there on the light. So I'll be kind of curious to see how this thing develops.
I'm not getting on the light up. I'm not getting grape on the light up. I am getting some sweetness.
No, not grape. The grape, it's not. You're not lighting up a raisin, sweet raisin, unfortunately.
Raisins.
But that sweetness is still prevalent.
I'm not
A
sure.
little bit of pepper on the nose, just a little, very, very faint.
I'm not entirely sure what to do with a cigar that stays lit. What happens, Dale?
Boy, not a lot on the draw initially.
No, not really.
Spice
It's
on the nose,
almost like a wood shaving on the palate.
Yeah, no, that's that sweetness that you smell.
It's just pure woodsiness on the draw initially with the spice. You getting that pepper on the nose?
Yeah.
It is nice to have the smooth draw though. it's pulling nice, and the smoke,
not something that makes you work for it.
And I'm looking at the smoke production pouring out of your head and your foot. It's a good. It looks good.
I can't even remember what it was like to smoke a cigar that just drew so easily. It's been years.
All right, we just started. I'll come back to it, but initially, pepper on the nose and woodsiness on the draw. Not getting a Scotch. And granted, we're drinking. They told us to drink Scotch. Now, granted, it's a 21 year. This is the 18 year it's infused with. I don't know if that.
Yeah, but it's just not.
I'm interested to know, like, within the process.
Oh, that's nice.
How much of the alcohol just evaporates? I'm assuming all of it does.
Well, I think it depends on the infusion process. I mean, people infuse cigars at home. They'll take cheap cigars, put them in Tupperware with a bowl of Crown Royal or a bowl of Hennessy, and let that kind of aromatically soak into the cigars over a month, and then smell. Infusion is from the Drew Estate stuff and their very specific process they use, to homemade infusion, to the cheap shit. I'm not going to say any names, but I mean, there's some really bad infused cigars out there. I don't know. We'll see. It's too early to tell.
I had a friend in high school. Her dad used to take Copenhagen and just soak it in brandy and just leave it there for a while.
Well,
it was the dad from Pretty in Pink. He was an alcoholic.
Harry Dean Stanton?
I think this guy was too.
I can't understand why you can't get a job in this town. I don't know. You're in a bathrobe, soaking your chewing tobacco, and
Is it your crippling alcoholism?
all right, I'm gonna come back to it. But I agree with the axe. It is nice to have a cigar that's smoking normal.
Oh man. Burn line is fantastic.
Is it bad that if I were to have a kid, that my life goal is to be Harry Dean Stanton?
Yes, it is bad.
Okay.
It is burning nicely.
I guess I could aim higher.
That burn line is
It's phenomenal.
That's a testament to
stack of dimes.
El Titan de Braun's factory. And they are, I mean, when they say level 9 Cuban rollers, I mean, these things are not just bullshit throwaways in a factory like that. I mean, you know, these guys are rolling good stuff. So,
Section 9?
level 9.
Level 9. That's like
We're
a black
Section 8. Speaking of Section 8, the Section 8 boys then retreat to their clubhouse where they do the limbo as they chug beers when suddenly the evil land developer, Mr. Bryce, shows up. He tells them he's reporting their bad behavior to the board of directors. Apparently a mountain has a board of directors.
Sure.
Why not?
I'm expecting the mountain to open up at some point with a mouth. I have a say in this. I mean, it's a mountain. You don't own a mountain.
Sure you do.
It's
You
just
don't ski
land.
slope.
Mr. Bryce tells
Think
them...
of it as like a golf course.
Okay. Well, he
The
tells...
Bushwood Country Club?
He tells them that skiing naked, throwing those 2 snowballs, they're as good as out of there. Which, isn't that exactly what he said earlier they couldn't throw him out for? Dave Marshak's a legend. We can't get rid of him for his shenanigans.
Your shenanigans is why we're kicking you out.
You just said I couldn't get kicked out because of my shenanigans. Me at Applebee's last week.
You weren't at Applebee's.
No, I haven't been at Applebee's in years. You warned me that's not a safe place anymore.
No. Don't go to Applebee's. At some point, I'm really figuring out that they're only going to serve apples or bees.
Here's your wings.
Jesus. So many bees in here.
Unless you're a white nationalist or Antifa, you don't want to go to Applebee's after midnight. That's where those guys go.
No.
Allegedly.
No.
And now we're getting sued by Applebee's. This is great.
I said
terrorists.
allegedly. I said allegedly.
Oh, okay.
That's how we're safe. As Mr. Bryce walks out in his sweet 1990 blazer. Oh, man. Shoulder
man,
pads
this
and
dude.
everything. Crazy Ed says to the group that maybe they have gone too far. I'm regretting making all those snowballs. But Dave says no. It's not how far you go. It's how go you far.
What?
Brett Kavanaugh style. What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's like his cow quote in the hot tub. Are you starting to think that maybe Dave's a little...
He is Section 8?
A little bit. It's not how far you go, it's how go you far. We party big and we party now. He orders Fitz to get beer. He commands Big Ed to go get more beer. And he orders Johnny from Montana go get laid by that crazy long-haired hot chick Victoria with the Ray-Ban sunglasses. But
Do
again-
it because I have no penis.
I do it, but Kendall. But again, I just don't care. Maybe I was having an off night when I screened this movie, but the main issue with me is that impossible? Any of this?
Yes.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Well, everyone follows their marching orders. Go get beer, go get laid. There's beers aplenty as a big-ass party is soon in full swing. And Johnny is soon sucking on Victoria's tatas in full swing. He does it. Much like Hot Dog, where the guy is seduced by
Shannon Tweed.
Tweed, he succumbs to the rich lady in the convertible.
Isn't he having like deep feelings for other girl?
Well, this is how we knew he had deep feelings. He looked at her at one point and went, ooh.
But I mean,
That was the level.
I feel like I shouldn't do this because of my love for other girl, but instead, you know what? I'm gonna hang around and do it anyways.
She looked at him like once, like I don't like you talking to other chicks, but come on, man, you're reading too much into this. It's all set to a terribly produced soundtrack, dude. It's this 90s. They just bought some cheesy music to use. Man, 1990s was a good party atmosphere. I was there, kinda. Well, no, I wasn't. I was middle school. But I feel like there was a good party scene in the 90s, and he didn't capture it well at all.
90s? We were in high school, college.
It was just super lame. Super lame. Everything was super lame. But you know who's not super lame?
Who's not super lame?
Willie Herrera.
Willie Herrera is not super lame.
The Herrera Esteli Miami from Drew Estate is not lame. The cigar is crafted by, as I said, level 9 rollers from Cuba at the El Titan de Bronze. He's still making the Willie smoke. He's still making that at the El Titan de Bronze factory. Willie Herrera's family factory and the oldest remaining fabrica in Little Havana in Miami. The Herrera Esteli Miami line is expertly crafted with a lavish Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper over a rich Ecuadorian Sumatra binder with select fillers from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. The new look of Herrera Esteli Miami features a black and gold color tone and is only available to Drew Diplomat retailers in 5 Vitolas. I told you earlier I liked it. What are you waiting for? Well, probably for the show to end. Wait for the show to end, listen to us, and then go get you one.
Will the show ever end?
Go ahead, we'll wait. No, go listen to us and then go get one. I really did like it. It was a good smoke.
Yeah. I can't wait to try one. I'm really looking forward to it.
Willie's good stuff. He's knows his stuff, and I like. And apparently that was part of the deal when he signed his contract to go to Drew Estate, that he would still be able to be involved with El Titan de Bronze and work with that factory in some capacity. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Tut, cigar.
Yeah.
Getting scotch?
No.
Have you drank any scotch since you started smoking it?
Yes.
No scotch?
No. I'm like trying to find scotch, but then I actually have scotch, and then I taste scotch from the actual scotch, and
I'll be honest, I'm getting the original things. I'm getting nice pepper on the nose and a woodsiness on the cigar and nothing else.
Pretty much.
Jack Boy?
I will concur because I'm looking for other flavors.
There's still a sweetness that's prevalent there.
There is a little bit of sweetness.
It's
there.
dialed down a little bit as the light's gone on, but I almost think that it's probably a byproduct of that sherry influence, more so than the scotchy scotchness.
Was there a sherry involved in
yeah.
Sherry casks?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for not making me flip back in my notes.
You're welcome.
Some of us are chugging beers over here.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just the
construction is good.
Construction is phenomenal.
Ash doesn't hang around for too long.
No.
But the draw's good. Yeah, I'm not getting much of the scotch. Just a little sweetness and the woodsiness.
Yeah, it's a good cigar. It's just not exactly my profile. That sweetness is kind of jabbing at me a little bit. I'm not really wanting it there.
Not me. It's faded.
I'm not.
It's very mute.
I'm not getting sweetness, but it's just I'm not getting. Like I said, I can agree with Cade. There's a little pepper bite, but it's not.
You know what? I am getting a tinge of that peatiness or that unique kind of thing on the nose.
I wish I was
on the nose.
Well, you're a little ahead of me, so maybe
see if you get on the retrohale. I am getting kind of a unique kind of peatiness on the nose, but it's very faint so far. I'm hoping that maybe that'll build. But isn't that the case with most infused cigars? They never really live up
to the billing.
Well, they don't live up to what they're infused with.
Right.
Well, and
even cigars I really like the Acid One, which is supposedly infused with, 4 different red wines, and I don't. every once in a while I'll get a little hint of something that reminds me of red wine, but it's not like I'm smoking a bottle of red wine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so subtle. But I mean, if the wrapper, filler, and binder are infused in 18-year-old Macallan, let's keep smoking. Let's see if that builds, because maybe that's something that just grows on you. Because I'm just now starting to get a little something.
I would say woodsiness, but I would describe that woodsy flavor more towards oak.
Is the KFC is that technically an infused cigar with all the smokiness that they go through?
I don't think so.
It's
just
smoked.
a smoked cigar.
It's just smoked
tobacco.
Yeah,
I don't think of that because
that delivers on the flavor that
in terms of being infused, I would probably say it would have to actually be in liquid.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm not. I mean, the coffee cigars, they kind of deliver on that coffee flavor. I'm trying to think through all the infused stuff that we've had.
Yeah, the La Isla de Sol, the one we smoked in Vegas, the new one, the dark, the Maduro, definitely has, as Fabian said, that cold brew. You definitely get those coffee notes in that cigar. That's a perfect example of an infused cigar where you get the intent
right
behind it. A lot of them, but I mentioned the acid one. I love that. It's my favorite acid.
Yeah.
But I get little tiny bits of it. I don't know. Maybe that was my mind playing tricks on me, where I got a little bit of Scotch on the nose. Let me drink some Scotch. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, the Scotch flavors that I'm getting is actually from the Scotch.
I'll just drink some Scotch. Let me take a sip.
We're all about science.
I will say this: the draw is enhanced by when I'm drinking the Scotch, but that's every cigar.
That's every cigar.
Okay. Let me know if you guys get anything else. I'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Well, the next day, Reed and his cronies can't believe the party damage done to the lodge. They're dead, he mutters. But then there's a competition to be had on the slope, so off he goes whether he likes it or not. Section 8 is climbing up the rankings. Until that is, Reed's team sabotages them all. And when I say sabotage, it's pretty blatant. From horse collar tackling Fitz on the slopes to literally lassoing Dave as he goes down the mountain with a giant lasso.
He throws a grappling hook at him.
The first
thing
section
missing is the net gun.
The first section screws Section 8 until they're in dead last place.
How is that not
And
like
none
an instant
none of the judges
disqualification?
seem to notice any of this.
Well,
I mean,
So
at
I
this
guess-
point, they're pulling a hot dog Chinese downhill, and nobody calls bullshit. Like, that's illegal. You can't
in
do
the
that.
director's cut, there is a missing scene. It's Reed. He's picking the judges. He picks the judges and the opposing teams.
This is a tofu hot dog downhill.
Apparently so.
Well, the judges don't care, so why should we? As a dejected Johnny walks up the course, he sees Lori and he asks her, what's wrong, baby? You said no strings attached.
They never mean it. They never
Just
mean
as hot Victoria drives through them, literally between them in her convertible, telling them about a rich-ass party she's throwing that night. Yeah, I did, said Lori coldly, and you didn't say anything, and she walks off. She's hurt, boys. She tried to exude a party steel exterior, but she's hurt.
They never mean it.
Her heart has been wounded. Do you want to try Labatt?
Yes, please.
We did get Labatt. We need to drink that first. You don't have a glass.
Well,
I guess you could drink out of the bottle.
I can do lots of things. I'm a multitasker.
Bat, please.
All right. We do have some Labatt. Labatt was clearly a big sponsor of tonight's movie. There's Labatt signs over everything on the slopes. The boys drink Labatt. So we picked up some Labatt. I actually hadn't had a Labatt since I lived in Canada.
Labatt's
It's
blue.
been a long time.
I was more of a Molson guy.
Yeah.
And a Moosehead.
You Molson
I
bastard.
drink a lot of Molson and Moosehead. Honestly, you know what my drink was in Canada, surprisingly? Makes no sense. Tequila Sunrises.
He disgusts me at all levels.
I drink a lot of orange juice and vodka in Canada.
I go all the way to Canada, and I'm
Lack
going
of
to drink.
sunlight. I need to get my vitamin C.
You guys finish the show. I'm going to pull up Jag on my phone.
Ah.
No, we're not there yet. Give that. You want one? See how that Labatt Blue tray. So we're gonna drink some Labatt Blue too, along with the vanilla porter, the Scotch.
Maybe all these things will mix together.
This is how you party, boys.
This is how you party.
Take notes, 1990 filmmakers who are making party movies. This is how it's done.
If only we started breaking out some Yangling.
I guess they would have to travel in time to now to take notes, to go back to 1990 and make a good party movie. Yeah, stranger things have happened. Y'all's ashes?
Yes. It absolutely, before I dumped it, it was splitting off.
Split ash. Apparently that's from a stem, which is there purposely for flavor, but it's the way it's positioned that's what makes it split like that.
Okay.
The one thing I cannot say enough of is how well it stays lit.
Construction points are solid on this one so far. Well, back at the Section 8 clubhouse, they all agree that maybe partying isn't the answer for once. They still have a shot at the team trophy if they just play it safe, get a nice fish dinner, and finally get a solid night's sleep. But no! We cut to them partying their asses off, drinking case after case of beer in the very next scene. They have that talk like, maybe we should just get some sleep and try to win this thing. Nope. Partying their ass off, that's TNCC style. We know this is bad for us. We know we have a goal. I'm starting to kind of warm up to these guys. Fitz is now DJing at the party, and Dave and Johnny are dancing their butts off on stage. And this is where, like I said, I finally am kind of like digging these guys. Right? When the stakes are high and everything's on the line and you choose to party, that's partying. That's party animals. Well, apparently we don't know exactly. They have something seriously substantial to lose here. We don't know what. We don't know if they live on the mountain, if this is like if they just showed up when Johnny did.
They're not the guardians of the deeds.
We don't know what's going on here. But they still choose to party their asses off rather than take life seriously. I do love that. Dave still has some shenanigans up his sleeve, though, as he somehow brainwashes Lori to sleep with Johnny again. Remember, she was anti-Johnny a minute ago.
Well, apparently all you need to do is roll up a newspaper and whisper underneath the door.
No, this isn't work. It's like in her air vent, he has a bullhorn like, sleep with Johnny, sleep with Johnny.
You love him.
And it works. She bangs him. Yax, is that a legitimate technique?
No.
God, I wish it was.
No?
No.
No. All right.
Otherwise, Bill Cosby would have been with a blowhorn and a rolled-up newspaper all this time.
Dang.
Spend all the money on the pills and the drinks.
You want to sleep with me tonight?
And you could just be talking into the air vent. All right. Well, the next morning, the director of the board, Mr. Bryce, calls all the Section 8 boys to his office, where he says he's expelling all of them from ski school. Wait a good goddamn minute, Dave says. These kids have paid good money to buy me expensive imported beers just so they could go home knowing that they have done something good for their fellow man. I'm not going to send them home feeling like their good times have been usurped. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Anton Bryce. He didn't look like an Anton.
What expensive imported beers was he drinking? He had High Life.
He was drinking Miller High Life the whole time.
I mean, I consider it the champagne of beers, which...
Well, I'd say Labatt's imported, but I think they filmed this in Canada. Well, Bryce tells them that they can't ski in the finals because they made a mockery of him and his mountain. Still not sure you can own a mountain with all their juvenile antics. There's a lot of important people here today at the lodge, and the Section 8 boys won't be around to ruin it. Then he throws this nugget in there. Class dismissed. It's not a school. There's no schooling.
I think maybe they were supposed to be at a school.
Keep going.
But somewhere there was an executive decision made to not emphasize the schooling.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Dave swears he can stop them. Mr. Bryce, you can stop us. but you can't stop the lambada, the forbidden dance. Second reference to the lambada we've had. And they start dancing. Again, there's no urgency or importance given to this moment whatsoever, but I've had enough booze in the show. I'm totally cool with it.
Okay. All right.
Are you cool with it, Tut?
I'm just waiting for the credits. I'm not. I'm not. This is the worst party movie of all party movies.
But this is also the party movie that stresses partying more than any party movie. That's the
You've got a party.
That's the ironic thing about it. We've never had a movie where these guys talked about partying so much.
If you have to talk about partying, you're not partying.
He's got a point.
I think he does have a salient point. Yaks, I use salient point correctly?
You did.
I'm sorry. In every other partying movie, whether it was the Australian lifeguards, whether it was Up the Creek, whether it was Hot Dog, whether it was the bikini car washes, I mean, hell, whether it was the Corys saving the beach, whether it was the aliens coming down to sew swimsuits together, all of these movies had likable characters. They had a sense of urgency. They all had the evil land developer that was going to steal stuff, but you believed them that if they didn't win that contest, they were going to lose the beach, and they cared about the beach. They cared about their lifestyles. This, no. I don't give a damn about anything that's happening in there. Because they don't.
This is true.
And if they did, I wouldn't believe them. It's horrible. It's horrible writing. It's horrible acting. It's just... It
was frustrating. And it was disappointing.
It was.
Ski School is one of those names as lovers of 80s and 90s TNA flicks that you just hear about. Ski School. I was excited because I had no memory of this movie. I'm sure I saw it.
Yeah.
But I had no memory of it. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Yaks wants titties in comedy. Snow-based. Here we go. I had seen recently...
I was all on board. I was all on board with it.
I had recently seen Ski School 2 was on Netflix, and I watched it within the last year or so. And I was like, it's terrible. But I guess how do you follow up a classic like Ski School?
Well, it's easy.
It turns out it was just more of the same. You summed it up great, Tut. That was. We are at this point qualified to say what these movies should be, and they dropped the ball. Well done.
Yeah. I'm amazed at how much I do not care about anything in this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I care about Paulette.
I do care about Paulette.
The one you don't see naked.
Yeah, but there was something there. She has it.
Sometimes seeing...
I don't know what it is.
She has it.
It. All right.
That's the only thing in this movie that had it.
Yeah. I just can't get over the irony. Because those other movies, they don't talk about partying. They just live the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
This one, they make such a statement that we're partiers, and they just don't sell it. All right. Back at the Section 8 clubhouse. I guess I got to finish this thing now.
I'm sorry.
I see the blank stares on y'all's faces.
Well, yeah.
But you like Ski School. You when I texted you, but you're like, I think that was a good time. I think I'm... Was hindsight... Were you blinded by nostalgia? Would you... USA Up All Night... You had some good memories. And
yes.
When you revisited it, were you disappointed?
Well, like anything else, music, movies, books, any form of entertainment, when you see it, you take something away at the time period at which you're at the
Correct.
age at which you're
Yeah.
at,
Correct.
when you view it. And this is like, as I said to Tut, the first time I ever saw this movie was USA Up All Night, which for so many people back in the day, that was how you would see these, what would be considered the B movie.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I saw
absolutely.
the abridged version.
With no titties.
With no titties. But this is one of those things where I even said to him, I remember saying, like, I got to see this movie because I know there's titties in it.
And there are.
And there are copious amounts for its time.
I wouldn't say copious. They're around.
They're around.
Well, I'm not saying it's It's not porn.
They're not hitting you over the face with it, but yeah, they're there.
Well, let me just put it this way. Like, when you get a movie like School Spirit that was awkward and clunky in spaces.
But you still believe those guys cared about their mission to save the school, save the hog?
Not only that, it was just there was a soul to it.
There was a soul. There was a funness there that you could gravitate towards and latch onto, and there's not that heart here.
I don't know whether it was the actors. I think it was like a dud all around. Directing, writing, acting. I can't put it on the actors themselves, even though they share a large blame on this. When you think of like Tim Matheson, how that guy, I wanted to follow Tim Matheson into Party Battle. Yeah. I wanted to strap on
even David Naughton in Hot Dog. You're like, this guy's been living on this mountain for 15 years. He's fighting for his... Where's he going to go?
Absolutely.
I don't get that from Dave Marshak. I don't get like, oh shit, I could actually have to move. If he lives there, but that hasn't even been established.
Even when the stakes aren't that high, like with School Spirit, that big tall 7-foot guy who showed up every now and then, I want to party with that guy.
I don't want to party with
that guy
any
doesn't
of these
say
guys.
anything. He doesn't say. He maybe had like 6 lines in the entire movie, but I knew that guy partied, and I wanted to party with him.
I did want to party with him.
Yes.
Do you think people listening to our show want to party with us?
No.
I think they want to live.
What's that supposed to mean? We party too hard?
Maybe. On occasion.
Come with us if you want to party. No.
Come with us. Liver? No, don't do it. Shut up. Okay. I'm with you, Tud. I'm with you on this. All right. Back at the Section 8 clubhouse, Party Ed throws out... This is the second time this has been thrown out among the group. Maybe partying isn't the answer. And this sends everyone heads into a tizzy. They start to think about it. Tut, you'll agree, partying is always the answer. Yeah. Dave briefly considers it, but then he's like, nah. Fitz backs it up with this logic. Hey, skiing is partying. Partying is skiing. And then Johnny, the new guy, his eyes are suddenly open. Yeah. They can't stop us from partying, so they can't stop us from skiing.
I'm sorry, I saw you kind of look confused at this statement, but I'm actually like, I can sign on to this.
All right, this is their first plan that actually makes sense. The boys are going to bring the party to the mountain and crash the competition. Not win the competition. They're just going to party so hard that they ruin it for everybody else. TNCC style. Whether it's a wedding reception, an engagement party, a child's baptism, nobody ruins a good time like the TNCC. We're going to bring the party to the baptism. But much like Horsecock Ed, at some point they say is a giant penis, right? Or did I imagine that? Okay. Thank God I didn't imagine that.
I identify with Ed.
They cut to Ed and he's just like, huh? And much like him, I'm confused by the plan. But like Todd, I'm like, first plan that makes sense. If that's your only skill set is to party, we're just going to go party and ruin everybody else's good time. I can get behind that. Okay.
Yes.
I know usually it's an involuntary thing for you guys. I ruin the party and you guys are just there to carry me out afterwards. I get that. But I would have liked you to at least pretend like, yeah, it's what we do. TNCC, not just like, that's what we do when he does it and we have to clean up the mess.
But for clarification, we don't carry him out. We just roll him out. Just get a gurney, take him out.
Hey, I'm sorry if I'm keeping it too real for you guys.
No.
Well, we then cut to the skiing finals.
Sure.
We only saw like 2 events.
Sure.
And all of a sudden we're at the finals. And despite Mr. Bryson Reed sitting up top, stroking his mustache, thinking they have it all taken care of, whatever that is, nobody knows what this real estate deal is. They got it all locked up as far as the big real estate goes. But Dave and the Section 8 boys show up with a giant oversized beer bottle which one of their beer sponsors for the movie gave them. Just a big Labatt bottle and some balloons. That's not partying, dude.
No, it's not.
You guys want to party tonight? What you got in mind? Balloons. It's like a dozen balloons. You're not going to see this coming.
I put a couple of cases of beer onto a pallet ski, and we're going to just roll on down the mountain.
With some balloons. F+ for party skills. F-.
F-.
I was wanting them to show up like, Mad Max style, like some...
Yeah, like hot dog. Jet skis and just sayonara, motherfucker. Like crazy You got those balloons?
Or like School Spirit with a giant fucking inflatable.
Yeah. Well, they had a big beer bottle and some balloons.
Let's get you a baby oil slip and slide on the slopes and let's go.
They're going to a kid's birthday party.
Pretty much.
And then you need more than that. But they had 6 balloons. That's not going to get you a happy kid. Trust me, I learned. Well, we see Lori clapping along. She's loving the balloons and the big party thing. Basically, the boys just crash the finals by getting drunk and ruining everything for everybody. TNCZ style. Cigar festivals. You name it, we ruin everything. Do I need to go down? Local elections. Ribbon cutting ceremonies. Anywhere we go is just... Oh, you're looking to have a nice afternoon? Oh, God, is it them? What's Kay doing with those balloons?
Why do we have so many balloons?
And then the crowd starts chanting, "Let them ski. Let them ski." Bryce, the land developer, agrees. All right. The crowd of 4 people have spoken. If Dave...
He is a local legend.
If Dave, the local legend, and his crew calm down their wild antics, they'll be allowed to compete. Game on. That's different. Nobody's ever given us a second chance because of our party.
No.
And just like that, Section 8 climbs up the leaderboard. They were in dead last place. But all of a sudden, as drunk as they are, they start skiing amazingly. Reed's disgusted by these pussies, he says. He tells Derek it's time to end this bullshit and blow these geeks off the hill. And it's going to happen in the downhill competition. But Dave, our hero, sprays contact cement on the slopes, and it sends the first section boys tumbling down the rankings, literally.
I mean, wouldn't they avoid the giant yellow spot at this point? Isn't it like a known fact to avoid yellow snow?
I know you don't eat yellow snow. I didn't know you couldn't ski through it. But yeah, they all just stick to it and just tumble off. Again, the judges don't see this.
Who are these judges?
Oh, and Dave also has some ski bunnies flash their tatas at Reed as he skis downhill, so he gets distracted and fucks up his run.
Which, that is actually believable.
Well, that was... I wasn't going to point out that as a bad thing.
If any man can keep their concentration after 3 women show them
Reed.
their boobs.
Well, what do you know? Now Section 8 is in second place. It all comes down to Johnny Rowland to beat the course record, and he does. The jerk team and the drunk team are now tied for first place.
Which I can't quite figure it out, because they show the course record as being 2:22, and he finishes at 2:24.
Man, y'all are seeing way too many details than what I've seen at this point in time.
I was watching this movie, okay? I watched this movie.
It's because Tut watched it with commercials.
I watched it with commercials.
I thought you said you rented it.
No, I said it.
You assholes. $3. $3 you can watch it in HD with no commercials. You guys streamed it for free with commercials?
Yes. And I'm glad I did.
Actually, in hindsight, you guys probably were the smart ones. Party on.
What?
How's that Labatt treating you, Tut?
I like it.
How's it going with the Scotch cigar? Sounds stupid. How's the Labatt beer treating you with the Scotch cigar?
It's all right. It's like I said, it's a good cigar. It's just not in my wheelhouse. I mean, I'm looking for something.
It's very mild.
Yeah, it's very mild. I'm looking for something more with some earth tones, a good, healthy dose of leather, and I mean, this isn't the cigar for me.
I'm
but
thinking,
it's consistent.
If any of us would like it, you would.
Well, you say Macallan 18-year. I'm expecting to pick up notes of an 18-year-old Scotch. And it doesn't, like I said before, I mean, knowing more about the process in this would really help, because
I'll say it's similar to the Maker's Mark cigar that they infused with their bourbon stuff.
I could have just as easily accepted this cigar if they, basically said, like, the tip is a sweetened tip. It's going to taste like Scotch. I could have accepted that, but they're saying this is infused completely with Macallan 18-year, and I don't feel like I'm
not
tasting
getting any of that profile now.
Right, I don't.
And we're doing what they said to do. We're pairing it with Scotch. I've been going back and forth. I haven't tried it with the porter in a while. I've been neglecting my vanilla porters.
I'm just saying, they were specific in taking your favorite single malt. You can take a blended malt with this, and you're not going to get a profile. You're not going to get a Scotch profile off of it.
Yes.
I got that little bit of peatiness early on. It never came back.
Yeah, I'll actually say this: the La Flor that we had earlier, had that been a better delivered cigar, those flavors played better with the Scotch than this cigar's playing with the Scotch. Like, you would take a Scotch off of that La Flor, and that vanilla gets enhanced.
It really did liven it up a little bit. Yeah. All right. Jeez.
Hey, man, some nights it happens. I mean, we've had a pretty damn good run.
They don't call this the corner of no hope for no reason.
No, I mean, we've had a pretty good run. We've had some really good cigars. We've had some really good drinks. It just, every now and then,
It is smoking nicely. Construction's been fun.
Construction, yes. All right.
Well, we'll just finish this episode.
I'm just trying to get through this episode.
I don't know what we done, but we did it.
You know what I'm going to need to finish this episode? The trifecta, boys.
The trifecta.
At this point, it's just sad. I mean, just,
Go.
I guess.
Go.
Just, if you want to do that to yourself.
Do it.
Come on, Catester. You got it, Catester. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's got it. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He did it. Top of the hill.
Top of the hill.
You know what? Regardless.
I believe.
That's partying.
That's partying.
It's not partying when it's convenient or when it's cool. It's when it's necessary.
I'm just saying that this movie didn't take us to the top of the hill, but we take people to the top of the hill.
That's what we do.
That's why I've been saving these balloons.
3 beers chugged tonight. 3 beers. I didn't chug a damn one on Death Spa, which that tells you something.
Well, how could we? We were too enamored at staring at all those leotards.
Yeah, I was in leotard
I mean,
heaven.
there was less titties in that.
I
was more
3, 4.
Can I just go back there mentally to that episode?
1, 2, 3. 4,
At this point,
5,
listeners,
6,
tune
7,
over to
8.
episode 81. And finish that out. No, we'll finish this thing. It's not sad, Tut. It's partying. You claim to be about partying. Now I'm starting to question your loyalty to the cause. You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like those movies where, like, the guy, the revolutionary hero, is like preaching like the message, and then the young guys like, "You're not doing enough. You're faltering in your message."
Very true.
Tut preaches just partying, but when it comes time to chug some beers and get things going, he's like, "Man, it's sad."
I'm here, aren't I?
I actually am enjoying the Labatt Blue. It's good.
I am too.
Granted, I've drank them all in under 5 seconds. So it's a good beer.
It's good beer.
It is good beer.
All right. Well, just like that, Dave challenges Reed to a race down the dome. Loser walks off the mountain forever in shame, and Reed gladly accepts. Mainly because Dave volunteers Johnny to do the race down the dome, not himself. He's too drunk. Although
And he has no penis.
Well, I'll be honest, I drink all day, but I'm completely sober and I have no penis. So, Johnny, you do it. Johnny's never skied the dome before, so Reed's like, yes, let's do this. They jump in a helicopter, which takes them to the top of the dome. This is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for like Johnny
We would
to
call
come
this the bowl.
The bowl?
The bowl.
Why would you do that?
Top of the mountain, sheer face coming down, pristine snow.
Have you skied before?
Oh, hell yes.
I was waiting for like Johnny to say something like, "Oh yeah, the dome. My dad named that." Oh, you should have read my recommendation letter.
It's signed by Johnny Sr., a.k.a. The Dome.
That would have been awesome.
Johnny
if
the
all
Dome
that, if
Randall.
all that stuff would have been in the recommendation
Johnny the
letter.
Domehead Randall. Senior.
Oh, man.
I'm
There's
the
so
one that
much-
named it the Dome.
That's what's so sad about this movie is that it had elements. It had all like the ingredients for a great movie there. Like, if you would have just changed some things, like instead of like a generic ski school where nobody's like show up, dude, have it like up the creek where it's college based. You have the military academy. You have the cooking academy.
Maybe hire a good musician to write you some good ski school songs.
Do that.
That's how you push that over here.
Absolutely. I mean, there were some things that you could work with in this premise, but they just, man, I
figured that, like, out of all of it,
I
that would have
love
been
it. I love
would
it.
have been the like
I
most
love your-
awesome twist.
I love your thought of coming back to the recommendation letter,
but that
where
would
it's
involve
all
like
there.
good writing. I don't know.
An imagination.
And you have to have actors who sold it like... Yeah, that's not going to happen here. Well, this is where, up in the dome, the first time the ski footage looks really impressive. For me,
Yeah.
I thought this stuff was actually good.
Yeah.
Hot Dog sold it throughout.
Well,
but
it was basic powder skiing, so it's a little bit more free form. You're not doing the slalom.
it looked good.
technique.
I mean, it's a steep-ass mountain, and they look really, really good. Reed has a commanding lead once they dropped out of the helicopter, but Johnny gains ground pretty quick, considering he's never been on the dome before.
Because he jumps over a cliff.
Well, Dave warned Johnny not to make the impossible jump at Bald Rock, but he does it anyway, which we knew he would. When the minute they say, "Don't you make that jump at Bald Rock," we knew he was going to jump it. Despite all those signs up on the mountain saying, "Don't even think about it." Literally, a sign was
I'm
right
sorry.
there.
Now
Don't even think about
the
it.
signs were actually kind of funny. I mean, it was literally like, "Don't do it. I see you doing it."
I know you're
No,
thinking about
don't.
jumping this Bald Rock. Don't you dare do it.
You know what this movie could have benefited from, or at least this premise here, an opening shot of the opening credits of the movie, guy skiing down this bowl, going to that sign like, "I'm going to do this jump," and then pulling up like Dave just like
Can't do it.
chugging a beer and then going down this
Even
deal
I'm
and
not
then
that.
and then pulling up.
Yeah. That could be where he reached down and removed his penis, like unscrewed it, dumped it in the snow, like Luke's lightsaber in Hoth. And then, when Johnny got there, he could be like Luke, like reaching for Dave's cock in the snow.
This is why you don't make movies.
This is why I'm not allowed to make ski-based party movies. There's no Hoth monster. There's no
I was
cock
about
in
to
the snow.
say, like, why are you like frozen upside down in a cave with a wampa? Except it would just be a giant cock monster. I mean, what?
You thought these podcasters smelled bad on the outside.
This I believe.
That I believe. No, we smell good. We're the best smelling podcasters in the cigar industry.
That is true.
Yeah, we smell awesome. I've been told numerous times, like, God, you guys smell a lot better than I thought you would.
No, it's true. Get that a lot.
Yeah, we smell good. All right. Well, Johnny does not listen to those signs. He soars off Bald Rock, takes the lead, and wins the race.
Yay!
Also, he drops apparently like 60 yards down the mountain. Doesn't shatter his knees.
Section 8, you shut up. Section 8 wins. The mountain is theirs.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a real estate deal was in crumbles because of this.
I guess. There's no.
Well, apparently not.
Bald Rock, that's where the deeds were. He grabbed him as he went on.
Sure.
Derek tries to console Reed by telling him that Dave and the drunks were still a bunch of dickheads. He actually says that. He goes up to Reed. Hey, man, I know this sucks for you, but you got beat by a bunch of dickheads.
Also, this does nothing to our real estate deal because this has nothing to do with real estate.
Reed's inconsolable. He's very upset. Understandably.
And also, my name's Bryce. You don't make names up like that.
Real quick before I finish the movie, you're almost finished a cigar. Do you guys want to talk about price point?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's a Macallan, so I'm going to go $10.50.
Wrapper, binder, filler, infused with Macallan 18. You're going to go $10.50?
Oh my God! No, I've got to go like $13.50.
I was gonna say
12.
12.05. 12.10.
I'm going to go
18.
I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go 1950.
Do it.
It's 1950.
Ah.
It's a 20.
Why wouldn't they do 18 if it was?
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Or
That's
at
not
least
a $20
do
cigar.
1880.
That's not a $20 cigar.
It's a $20 cigar. Well, it sells for These are only available from the 1880 website. They're not available in stores. You can get them in a 3-pack, in a humidor, in a little travel humidor, with a bottle of Macallan 18. That's how they kind of gear it towards packaging with the whiskey and whatnot. But yeah, it's retail $19.50.
At the
Be
risk
honest.
of just pissing people off, it's a novelty concept, so you're paying for the novelty. It's a good cigar. It is a good cigar, but it's not a $20.
Construction,
Awesome adventure.
Construction, and I'm not basing it off the construction off the Ynclan that we smoked earlier. Just
Right.
It does have a nice draw.
It does. It's a good
solid
cigar.
ash, good smoke production. The wrapper is, again, I can't say enough about it's a beautiful wrapper.
Yes.
If I didn't know the price and I was going to guess with the 1850 involved and everything, I probably would have gone around 12. 1950.
I gotta pass on it. I do.
That's a tough one.
Steep.
It is.
Especially when, I mean, let's look at the cigars that we have enjoyed and we've approved of at that price point. The Balvenie and Winkle Tradition, which, my God, you have so many delicate, nuanced
really
flavors,
great cigar.
which we keep going back to and buying.
If I detected any notes of
Exactly.
Scotch flavor.
Exactly. I mean, in all fairness, if
Do you
you're going,
think it's because we're drinking a 21-year-old Scotch and it's
no,
not?
no, I
I was teasing.
Oh, okay. I mean, now, granted, you've got a very complicated construction process with the tubulero thingy,
Which is evident in how well it's smoked.
exactly.
Construction's great.
You have a lot of expense in the whole infused process with an expensive alcohol. So I get that the price is what the price is, but there's why would you market this? Why would you? There's so many other options that you can do at a lesser price point.
I think the fact that you can only buy it from their website, and one of their big selling points is selling it with a bottle of Macallan. Let's say you're going to bachelor.
Okay, yeah, then it's a novelty cigar.
Let's say you're going to a bachelor party.
Then it's a novelty.
And you got a bottle of Macallan 18 and some Macallan 18 cigars. Okay. But the price of that bottle is worked into, that gift set is $100-something because you're
right.
Paying for that. You're paying for the Scotch too.
Yeah,
right.
But you're paying for the novelty of it. I mean, that, if we're being honest, that's what you're doing. You're paying for the novelty of the cigar blended with the Scotch that comes with the Scotch for a special occasion. Blah 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 blah.
Blah-bitty, blah, blah.
Sorry, I don't mean to shit all over
was listening.
cigar.
I was all in tune to what he was saying until he just blah-bitty, blah, blah. You were saying good stuff until you threw that out there. I was all on board with what you were saying. But then you just kind of, that was the podcast equivalent of ... Yeah, you got the Scotch infusion. I understand that, blah, 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 blah. Did you chug 3 beers tonight? No, you did not.
Maybe that should be the quote of the show.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. I thought I was the party animal tonight.
I just feel bad because I know.
Gotta show the kids how, son.
I feel bad because I think I know the intent there. I think I know the
intent is in their
the cost of the production, but
you never have to, dude. This isn't one of those cigars we have to wonder about the intent of the blender. It's spelled out for you. I gave it to you. We carefully infuse all the leaves in the Scotch, and it should be this. You didn't get that. You didn't get that. I got briefly, but not enough to
warrant
spend
that,
$20. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Well, you haven't opened your little bats?
I'm still drinking the Snowdrift.
Chug it, Cody. Come on, man.
Cody.
No, that was the Vanilla Porter.
There you go.
You just said chug it. You didn't say the Labatt's.
Fill up your goddamn pint glass. Now we look like a bunch of uncoordinated
real partiers.
Yeah, it's true. That's how it happened.
I'm sorry we didn't bring out 3 balloons and an inflatable bottle.
Dude, do you want me to get the balloons?
Big time. I think we've proven our party mettle tonight.
Are we done with this movie yet?
No, I have one last. I have one last paragraph.
Okay,
one last.
Let's do that paragraph.
Don't you boss me. Well, it turns out that the mountain is indeed going under a radical restructuring. That's what Mr. Bryce had said earlier. But it's not how Mr. Bryce and Reed himself imagined. Instead, big-boobed Victoria has bought the mountain. I still don't think that's a thing. And it's now she's renamed it Party Mountain.
Party Mountain! Wow. That sucks. That
it should have been earned.
Can we kill this movie?
I'm gonna milk this last paragraph.
I hate all of this movie. I hate all of this.
If this movie is done right, when she announces to the crowd that it's now not Whistler Mountain, Party Mountain, we should be like, yeah!
You should be screaming. Yeah! You should be screaming like the last rebel or the first rebel transport that makes it past the blockade on Hoth.
She gets it.
If I saw the ion cannon in the background firing off into the space, I would be like, totally, this is happening.
Yeah. Fist pumps.
Her announcement that Whistler Mountain is now Party Mountain is not met with the enthusiasm that the TNCC would give it.
Well, there wasn't any balloons. How would they know?
They had balloons.
Oh, sorry.
And, I had some
Chug your
balloons
beer.
there.
I'm going to choke.
Hey, ready? Cody, 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 Cody,
Gonzer, 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 Gonzer. Oh, look at it. He's doing it. He's doing it.
He did it.
Top of the hill.
Top of the hill. Yeah. He falls over. Cody's dead.
All right.
Proved our point. We're the old school. We're the original. Oh, he wasn't even full.
Well, I had like dregs. 2 sips.
Which, of course, the renaming of Whistler Mountain to Party Mountain, Dave wholeheartedly agrees with. Because we know, because much like us, he's up on the thing. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone jumps up on the dance floor and starts partying. Even Reed shows up at the club, the after party. You had to like this. Even Reed shows up to begrudgingly have a beer. Dave turns to him and clinks beer glasses and says, "Know it, love it, live it." Or something like that. And then kisses Reed on the mouth. But dude, I'm sorry. Reed kind of goes along with it. He's our first bad guy in these movies that accepts defeat kind of graciously.
And you're right. I did like it. I hated the know it, love it.
Oh, no.
Live it.
I hated all the
'Cause
party guy stuff. But Reed...
But I liked Reed's response. Reed's
most
like,
of these guys go down in flames and they just can't... He actually accepts defeat. Like, yeah, maybe you guys will give me a job.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Clinks glasses, takes a drink.
And then Dave... Ultimate, because we know how Reed feels about homosexuals. My guys aren't fags. My guys... He kisses him on the lips and Reed's like, I'm the loser. I gotta... To the victor goes the spoils.
Just party.
Just party. We saw Reed a turnabout here. I liked it. We never seen that before in this. That might actually be my favorite moment in the film.
It actually was my favorite moment in the film.
A bad guy just takes his comeuppance and just deals with it.
All right, cool.
We
Just
agree
party.
We agree on something. Just party. Dave leans back. I love my life. Dave says, as we see Fitz and Paulette, they're now making out together.
Howling at the moon.
Johnny and Lori are making out together.
Not howling at the moon.
And then finally, we see Dave and Victoria together in the hot tub. She looks under his bathing suit, sees the Ken doll smooth parts, and is like, oh, fuck. I named this mountain after you?
I got the wrong job. I got the wrong one.
But then we cut. It's Dave's in charge now of Party Mountain. Movie over.
Thank God. What a horrible movie. I'm sorry. In the pantheon of party, let's have fun movies, this movie lacked soul. There was no character to this movie. It was a soulless grab. And I don't even know what it was grabbing.
It was hot dog light.
It wasn't grabbing ass.
It was hot dog light.
It was a tofu hot dog.
I can't even say it was that.
It so much wanted to recreate that magic.
Yes.
But sadly it fell flat.
That's sad when you fall short of grabbing hot dogs magic. All we have to do is be as good as Hot Dog the movie. And you fail miserably, you failed big time.
And that movie was named after a hot dog.
Actually, it's trick skiing.
I never knew Todd had all skiing experience. How many times have you been skiing?
Like 13?
You skied when you were 13, or you skied 13
You've
times?
been on 13 ski excursions?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
All throughout high school and college.
All right, that's like
13 more than me.
yeah. Oh. 11 times.
Why didn't you ever mention that during the hot dog episode?
I think I did.
He probably did.
We were too busy partying.
That was episode 24, so I don't remember anything about that.
I think we were cheering on too much.
I haven't been skiing in, God, since my mid-20s, late 20s. And I would love to go, but 40-year-old Tut probably couldn't do what 20-year-old Tut could do. So, nah. It's the only time I like cold weather. You put me in cold weather on a mountain slope, little flask of something, and I'm good.
Last time I was up in mountains like these was spring break in college. I went to visit our, maybe I shouldn't name names, somebody who maybe has done some voiceover work for us here on the podcast.
All right.
Lives in Lake Tahoe. And we snowshoed up to the top of the mountain.
That sounds horrible.
That sounds really like hard work.
It was not fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. It really doesn't.
Yeah. And actually, a side note to that, we went to a sushi restaurant later that night. And the waitress comes by and she's like, "Can I get you guys in?" I'm like, "I would love a big bottle of sake and your finest Japanese beer." And she's like, "Can I see your ID, please?" I was not 21, and I wasn't partying that night.
I remember we hit the town. We drove in. It's a long drive up to Colorado, and
It is, well, from Texas anywhere is a long drive.
And I think we were at either Breckenridge or Winter Park, and we showed up at this bar, and we just commenced a fucking power drinking. And the bartender was awesome, and he was like, "You boys might need to slow it down. You're not used to this altitude." And just like true alcoholics, fuck you, we know how to party. And he was right.
Hot Dog the movie, not Ski School the movie.
Oh, he was totally right. The next day it was just like we were. Unlike these guys who can apparently just power drink case after case and be absolutely sober, which is why I don't believe them, we were shit on the mountain the next day. We were just like, ugh. But we skied the fuck out of it.
Well, look at you. We learned something about Tut tonight. He's a skier.
Well, I haven't been in, 20 years now?
Still. He sings opera and he skis. I wouldn't know any of this if it weren't for the podcast.
That is true.
Who knew? Not us.
This movie gave us something about our friend.
It's about the only thing it gave us.
All right. Agreed. Well,
I cannot express how disappointed I was in this movie.
It got us
potential.
It got us out of horror films.
True.
And for those of you who listen to us, maybe you're tired of hearing about horror films, maybe this scratch it.
After this movie, I want to kind of go back to horror films.
I have something crazy planned for our next show, so
I'm interested.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a crazy film.
Ski School 2.
Ski School 2. Starring Dean Cameron.
He's back.
He's back.
This time he has the deeds.
Dave Marshak has the deeds to Whistler Mountain. No, I actually did watch Ski School 2 in preparation for this again. God, it's even worse than this.
It's amazing because Chainsaw was a passable character in Summer School. He was a passable character. This was just...
I just didn't get the sense that he was at all interested in ass, or it was just like, I have lines to say, I'm going to be cute and say them. That's, like you said, writing, directing. I'm not going to give it all on, shitting on Dean Cameron, but my God, you go to all these conventions, it's like Dean Cameron, 80s crazy guy. I'm over at the hot dog guy's booth.
I was about to say, I'm going over to Gonzer.
I'll give Gonzer my $20 for a photo op, and at the VIP party, we'll throw some back.
Gonzer's throwing some back at the VIP month.
Speaking of throwing it back, throw back that Scotch. And give us some links.
All right. Join us on Twitter at TNCCcast. Hit the Instagram link at TNCC_podcast. Join us on Facebook, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Did I do the Twitter at TNCCcast? I probably did. If you're going to buy some cigars, go to our website. Hit the famous smoke banner. then do all your shopping from there. And guess what? Christmas is coming up. Go to the website, hit the Amazon deal, do your Christmas shopping from there. Helps us keep the lights on. I think I got everything.
Buy more shit.
Buy more shit.
And if we do Facebook Live again, tune in.
I really liked it.
You
I really liked
you
it.
could win some stuff.
I really liked it.
Like I said,
we gave away a shirt. We gave away some cigars. It was awesome.
we gave away tonight's winning cigar. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. We're really
You get a cigar that doesn't fit. You get a T-shirt that doesn't fit, and a cigar that, whatever.
You can get the TNCC board game.
TNCC style. Hey, we did the best we can with the resources available to us at the time.
Whoop, whoop.
I think we set a couple milestones tonight, boys. I chugged 3 beers.
That's one.
It's on YouTube. I did it. That was the only milestone.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but I'll go with you.
I am going to try to program some movies throughout the end of the year that are varying subject matter, varying genres. I get it, especially if you like listening. If you're a long-term fan, you burn out on the TNA flicks, the horror flicks. I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna try to.
I was about to say, because I really enjoy. I know it's a little bit weird, like when we do some heavier stuff. I still stand behind our Maggie episode. We got a little bit verschnicket on that one, but we delivered some dynamite stuff.
Once Upon a Time in the West.
If you go back to Nomad, that movie, we dissected the fudge out of that movie.
Nobody's talking about Nomads like we did. And I do want to give a quick shout out. I'm glad you said that. One of my favorite episodes of our show ever was the Swamp Thing episode.
Swamp Thing. Oh yes. There's news there.
Very early on. I think it was like episode 12 or
yeah. Swamp Toss.
A very cool guy who I have had the pleasure of getting in a headlock with.
I love that photo that you posted. That was awesome. That's why you should check out the Instagram and the Facebook.
And Facebook. You can see him headlock me and the doctor after many cocktails. One of our a guy I cannot stress enough is one of the cool guys in the industry, Derek Mears, has been cast as Swamp Thing in the new Swamp Thing series.
All right.
It's been produced by James Wan of Saw fame, and he directed the new Aquaman movie. And Derek Mears is the new Swamp Thing. It's a TV. DC's doing a new TV series.
Now, is this the part of their DC channel,
yes.
or is it somewhere else?
I'm guessing it's the DC channel.
Okay.
But with Derek involved, I might have to subscribe because, one, we're all big-time Swamp Thing fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to see Derek
Swamp
toss dudes all over the place. So
it'd be cool if they did like the old Batman superimposed graphic. Swamp toss.
Hey, that's copyright. We
should get a little bit of kickback
coined
on
that term, the swamp toss. But no, I really like Derek, and the doctor and I stayed up all night with Derek that night. Hence
partying.
Yes, of course. But
real partying.
Those headlocks he got us in on. If you go to our Facebook page, those weren't like camera for the camera. We were out. We were out of line. We said some things we shouldn't have said. And he was trying to get us back. But no, go. I'm excited about the new Swamp Thing show because I know Derek. He was the only good thing about the Jason Friday 13th remake. He was Jason.
Yeah.
He's been at just a ton of stuff, but he brings such a personality and a presence. He's not just a physical stunt man. He actually gives everything he does a
essence to his characters.
Gravitas. Yeah.
Nice.
Did I use the word gravitas correctly?
Yes, you did.
You did.
So go see that. Go to our Facebook page to see me and the doctor getting strangled by Mr. Mears. And it might be the first thing that we do a review of, like, because we love Swamp Thing. We might have to review the show. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see how he swamp tosses guys on with a budget. Because God No, Swamp Thing 1 and 2 didn't have a budget.
It didn't have a budget, but look at the heart and soul it had compared to this piece of shit.
Heart and soul compared to this thing. Last words, Yak Boy. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm going to say something. They knew how to party there.
They did. I will say this as far as you're concerned. O'Brien's Irish Pub, downtown historic Temple, Texas. Make your way down there. You guys have live music every weekend. You guys have how many taps going now?
41.
41 taps. If you want a beer, a style beer, it's there.
Yes.
Get your ass to O'Brien's Irish Pub.
Get your ass to O'Brien's.
Get your ass to O'Brien's Irish Pub in downtown historic Texas. Downtown historic Temple, Texas.
Yes.
We'll do this again soon.
All right.
Thank you all for your support. Thank you for listening. I hope we're bringing something a little bit different to the table. I think we are. What other podcasts chugging 3 beers?
I don't know what we did, but we did it.
None?
Chug another one?
Okay.
Look at what he's doing.
I'm waiting. Yeah, come on. He's doing it.
He's doing it.
Ow.
He's doing it. Oh my God, he did it.
Boom. 4 beers chugged. That is a TNCC. I feel stupid saying that. The
Yes.
previous record was 1. I did 4 tonight.
Oh God, we're not making it to season 4. I can't stand up.
Sayonara, motherfuckers.
To learn more about the time I was fired from my ski school instructor's job back in 1983 for competing in the quarterfinal rounds of the slalom competition without wearing anything below my waist, please refer to the still in litigation court case, Keith A. Howell versus the producers of Hot Dog the Movie. My hot dog was the original hot dog on the slopes, goddammit. And one day the whole world will know my story. One day. But in the meantime, to learn more about the cigars and other libations enjoyed on tonight's episode, you can visit VilligerCigars.com and Leinenkugel.com. For more on O'Brien's Irish Pub, the live music leader in Central Texas, please visit o'brienstemple.com and download their free smartphone app, where you'll find full beer listings including over 40 on tap, menu information, and a calendar of upcoming live events. To listen and purchase music heard on tonight's program, check out www.fritzbeermusic.com. Thank you for listening to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. This is Keith A. Howell saying until next time, friends, unless we see you sooner at the pub. So keep it smoky, and for God's sake, keep it ballsy as well.